I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Tito Santana.
This is Kurt Angle.
This is Bret the Hitman Hart. This is going out to Scott and Holly.
You are listening to the
Win Twice Wrestling Podcast
with Scott and Holly.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And this ho's for everybody. Ho!
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to the incomparable Win Twice Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Holly. We always go over, brother, and that's the bottom line. Dig it? So, sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 70 of the Win Twice Wrestling Podcast alongside your hosts Scott and Holly.
Hi.
Afternoon Holly, you alright?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Dead serious though, one day I'm going to have to make you do this introduction just because I want to see what it feels like to be on the other side.
Oh, okay. It feels great being on the other side, I don't say too much.
I know you've had 70 goes at it. I think
I'm almost there.
Let's maybe reverse the roles.
No, people wouldn't like that.
No, yeah, I don't think I'll be a fan of pegging either, to be fair. So, but more specifically, I know I don't get it. I don't get it.
This is well early.
There's
it's not even a minute in.
It's not that early though, because we are doing this at what? Nearly 5 o'clock in the evening, past some people's bedtime. This
beer o'clock.
It is beer o'clock, and we've got beers on the go, so that's
have.
always an added bonus, especially after a wonderful day of work.
Oh, yes.
But I've got a bone to pick with you about that.
Oh.
What have you done within the last week, Holly? It's a big
What do you
question,
mean?
specifically work related.
Oh no. You can't make me feel bad about that on
I'm
here.
not going to make you feel bad about it. I'm just saying, let's discuss the facts.
I'm leaving.
Holly has handed in her notice. Not for the podcast.
No.
Not yet, anyway.
No.
Yeah. Although I saw you say yet as well there. That's fine.
I said yeah, but it was because I was preempting that you were going to say something else.
No, I did say yet, to be fair. So, so Holly is leaving the work family, which is very sad, and I will probably reference it as many times as she does that she only knows The Rock. So I think that's fair.
Sure,
I mean, it will get boring, and the more I do it, the happier you'll be about leaving. So maybe it works out.
Maybe it'll wear off for you. As in, the more you do it, the more you should be like, oh yeah, it's fine. Don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I can cry when I go to bed.
Fuck off.
I cry when I go to bed. That's fine. That's how champions do it. No. Cry
No,
on the inside like a winner.
Thank you.
Okay,
if I taught
sorry.
you anything,
Yeah.
that is...
Crying on the inside is not always the way it's come out, I'll be honest. But
No.
do as I say, not as I do.
That is how I live my life.
That is fair. That is very true, actually.
Isn't
Very
it?
true. But I feel like we've gotten away from the topic at hand.
No.
What show are we covering today, Holly?
NXT Takeover.
Yes.
Fatal 4-Way.
Oh, do you know what? I'm impressed by that because I could see the immediate... Holly has this face that she does. Whenever you throw something her way that she's not expecting, her eyes go like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
But
pretty
that was
accurate.
only briefly. You hadn't even finished fully opening your lids before you went, I've got this. Looked straight down, called it out. But yes.
I'm on it. I'm here. Brain is semi-working.
That's incredible. All that without internet as well, which we won't touch upon now because I want to keep you happy for as long as possible.
You.
But
I've got
yes,
internet here, so I am happy. I just have to stay here.
I've had the internet upgrade. Hey, I've offered the thruple idea many a times. I'll have you know.
You have.
But we're back on the NXT Takeover journey, and it's quite nice having so many different eras that we dip in and out of, because I feel like rarely do we then stay in the same lane twice in a row. Yes. So within recent memory, we've done the NWA Clash of Champions. We've done Insurrection, which was Attitude Era WWE. We've obviously done WrestleMania, which was technically the start of the Ruthless Aggression era. And we've come again to the modern pool, as it were, that is NXT. It's not even that modern though now.
No.
This is over 10 years ago, which makes me very sad. Just the hopes and dreams and thought. Imagine we started the podcast there, we'd have done quite a few episodes by now.
Yeah.
We've done what? Oh my god, 10, 50, over 500 episodes. There's the math. Got there in the end.
Math.
Assuming we were all doing it every week, which we nearly have been, to be fair. How do you feel, having watched a few of these just in general? No.
Well, let's pick at that.
How long you got?
We?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to do one where we're absolutely drunk, and that will turn into a 4-hour session of therapy. I think that's been put out there. Having seen a few of the NXT shows now, I mean, we know that you've watched quite a few NXTs, the more recent ones as well, and we enjoy it as a general rule.
Yep.
Going back to the start of the takeovers, because this is the third one, right, out of the ones we've seen so far.
Yes.
Do you think it's living up to your expectations as a whole, in terms of, you know, you have in your mind, okay, I'm expecting we're going to see probably some good in-ring action. We're going to see people that I know and I like.
Yep.
And obviously this gives and takes as well.
It giveth.
It does giveth,
away.
and there may be some compliments coming a certain individual's way.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, that'd make me so happy.
But does this feel like, so far, without, you know, fully analysing this show, do we feel like we're kind of, we're in a good spot with the NXT shows?
I'm quite comfortable with these. I'm quite happy when we watch them.
Is this your, I don't want to say safety net.
I think it is, though.
I think it is too.
I think it is.
Because when we originally started picking shows that we were going to watch, it used to be like, I'd pick a show, Holly would pick a show, and then when we started doing the WrestleMania journey, we knew that was going to, you know, frequent once in a while. As of late, and this is fine by me, Holly said, you know what, I'll watch anything you pick a show, and I try and mix it up for the variety.
I just pick the same, otherwise I just pick the same thing. Because I like what I like.
The Punjabi prison match was questionable.
That was funny. But I've only picked that because I knew you wouldn't like it.
No, you randomised it. It landed on that. You went, oh, Randy Orton's face is there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And also gave us a different show which had the Carly Kiss cam. So you're 0 for 2 on that one.
That was great.
You still reference it as being a fun spot for you.
It was so bad that it was good.
It was so bad, I will give you that much. But yeah, this is a safety net for you, and I could tell because I was thinking, I feel like it's a bit too soon to go back to NXT, and I was thinking, I'll try and find something, and I thought, no, do you know what? Because you'd said, oh, you know, we can watch the next takeover, and the fact you said that made me think, Holly wants to see it. She's just not outright saying it.
I do like it.
And it's at the moment, it's a good amount of time as well. It's a 2-hour show, so it's kind of. I mean, again, peeling the curtain back a little bit, specifically for me, taking the notes for this kind of stuff in the way that I do it is time consuming. So sometimes when I see a 2-hour show.
Mine takes so long. Like, mine are so extensive. I don't know how you do yours. I really don't. Like, I get it's because you give the full analysis.
Yeah.
I could not do that. As we know, because it would be, he runs over here. He does
jumps,
something
he slips.
that I don't know.
I think there'd be a market to hear that, to be honest.
One day, just give me just one show, but just give me one match and go, right.
One match. See how it went from.
No, but in one show.
Okay.
Give me one match and I'll do it, and you'll realise why I should not.
I've done that though. I gave you the ECW one with Spike Dudley.
Yeah, and how good was that?
I mean, it was a 3-move match, and you knew one of the 3 moves. So
perfect.
Yeah, happy days.
To be fair, one match in this I could have done.
Yeah, you could have actually. You probably could have done 2. To be fair.
Yes. Maybe.
Arguably 3.
Yeah.
And that is what I wanted to touch upon, actually. Okay. I enjoyed the first NXT takeover. I enjoyed the second NXT takeover.
Yeah.
This took a sharp dive in quality, in my opinion. Not to say there wasn't anything redeemable about it in general, but there were certainly things in this I thought, get rid of that. You could have turned this into an hour show comfortably and still probably had a bit too much content. There were 2 matches for me. Unsurprisingly, the co-main event and main event. One of them I thought was actually pretty good. One of them I thought was underwhelming.
I wonder if it's the same one that I think.
Possibly. I mean, I know we've kind of strayed away from doing the Dave Meltzer references, and I'll be honest, mainly that's because I keep forgetting. Yeah. But I guess it's ultimately what we think. And I happened to check this after the fact I scored it.
Oh, really?
And Dave's scores were similar to mine for which one of the 2 I enjoyed and which one was underwhelming. Not to say it was bad, just didn't deliver what I thought it would. So, I'll be honest, when I saw some of these matches coming out, I did the Holly special, I went, oh, snore me now. Even for people that I'm usually okay with, I just thought of the circumstances and everything that was surrounding the matches, and I was just like, I don't care. Which is quite sad, because I like NXT, and this, I'm hoping, is like the anomaly in the group, and the rest of them I can fuck with. Okay. Whereas this one didn't feel like it hit for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I specifically didn't score the show overall until we've done this now, because I'm hoping by doing it in one go, I will remember how I feel and be able to give it a fairer scoring than at the time. So, let's do the introduction bit first. So, the date of the show was the 11th of September 2014. As soon as I saw that, I was like, they're going to reference September the 11th, obviously, because things and reasons. The venue was Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, Orlando. Attendance 400 plus. Okay, it's a small arena. I still don't know if it is 400 plus, but I'll just go with what it says. Yeah. The show opening, Holly. As is par for the course, we open with the usual then, now, forever. Not together yet.
No.
We're not there. Albeit with a bit of a twist. Interjected in the usual package is the black and gold of NXT and some of the current crop of stars in developmental. I really like this because the desired effect is that they're changing up the current structure, and to a point, that is how it feels.
Yeah.
I really quite thought, actually, do you know what? That's delivering what it's trying to do here, rather than feeling shoehorned and all that good stuff. We now transition to the NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way video package with more of the black and gold trimmings. Not what you get with the Sunday roast, of course, the black and gold trimmings. We now have had live to the arena, where the voice of Tom Phillips welcomes us to the NXT arena. We get a very brief NXT chant before we head into our opening match of the night, and I will say they do dive into the matches pretty quickly.
Super quick.
Which is fine, until they very much don't do that later on in the show.
Yeah.
However, before we dive into that, you will have heard the voice of Renee Young on commentary. Holly, thumbs up or thumbs down for Renee on commentary?
Big thumbs up, I'll be honest, for me. Always has been.
On
Big
commentary?
fan. I really like her. I just
Okay.
think she gives, to me, she just gives something a bit different. Like, it's dependent on who she's with, I think. But if you've got someone there that's actually doing the whole, they're doing this, they're doing that, and she's giving opinions, great. I really liked it. Here, for me, I liked it.
I felt like this was promising because I'm okay with. So William Regal's obviously now doing the GM role, so we're not going to really see him on commentary. That's fine. Tom Phillips, I don't have a problem with. Byron, I can deal with in small amounts,
Very
and
small.
I do stress small amounts. And Renee was fine
Yep.
for the most part, but then she was doing like this bickering shit with Byron, and to me it dragged them both down.
Yeah.
I thought, you don't need to do this,
Yeah.
and I don't care, and I expect more from you.
Okay, right. I just think also she's got a nice tone of voice. And that sounds silly.
And she doesn't have the boot, and she's Canadian.
But she's just got a really easy tone of voice to listen to,
Yeah, that's fair.
which I was quite happy with.
I was quite happy with her hair appearance and everything, to be honest. Thought she
Yeah,
was
she's
very
very
much
pretty.
right up my alley,
Yeah.
right up my Moxley.
Very girl next door.
Yeah. I mean, the girls next door here aren't much to speak of, to be honest, but I mean, they're
They're of age, aren't they?
of age, shall we say. I mean, I'm married, to put that out there. But, they don't butter my crumpets, shall we say. They doth butter no parsnips. Really not for me.
Wow,
Not
okay.
for me.
Cool.
To be fair, don't think they're knocking my door down either, so I think we're fine on that front. Opening match of the night, Holly.
Yes.
Kalisto and Sin Cara versus the Ascension for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I'll be honest, on paper...
You hate it?
On paper, to me
Okay.
it makes no sense, because it's the big guys against the smaller, completely different high-flying guys. But I like both of... I don't, for my sins, I like the Ascension.
Okay.
I have in NXT anyway, at
Yeah,
least.
I will give you that.
And I know I like the wrestling style of the other guys, so I was like, ooh, maybe it will give me something. But
So
also a bit like, but will it not?
I thought, isn't this kind of a repeat of what they just did at the last takeover? Didn't
Yeah.
they
Oh
go
my god, they
against?
did.
Except it was
It was the guy.
El
who I
Hombre
can't-
or whatever his
thank
name
you.
was. I can't remember what it was. It was
Yeah.
like Bobby
Homeboy
Generic.
something,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So the one who was played
You're
by
so
Ricardo
right.
Rodriguez.
Thank you.
And I was like, wasn't that with Kalisto as well?
oh shit, it was, yeah.
It was Kalisto
It was.
and El Hombre Normale or whatever his name was.
I like
I can't. I've for some reason I've completely drawn a blank, but I know it was Ricardo Rodriguez
yeah,
under
do
a
you know
mask.
what? Shockingly enough, I'd forgotten that.
Yeah, I mean, we need to redefine what you think shocking means, but
Unsurprisingly, I had forgotten that.
coincidentally maybe, but yeah, absolutely. And I thought we've definitely already seen this. Granted, I'm more excited about the idea of Kalisto and Sin Cara.
Yes, for sure.
Sin Cara number 2, to be specific, because the original Sin Cara was long gone by this point because he liked the drugs. But the Ascension, and this we'll touch upon it later, in this show, without giving the game away, I feel like this is the moment where we see the Ascension turn a corner and not for the better.
Yes, not at this point.
No, in the
but,
show.
But as the show went on, I did get a bit sad. I did. I genuinely was like, oh.
Well,
is
because
it
of the
here?
random fella that gets involved later on.
God. But do you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, is it here when they start to go, what are we doing with these guys?
Yes.
And I was
To
like,
me,
oh,
this
it's a bit sad.
this very much, because we're talking about it from a position of hindsight, so we know what happened when they went to the main roster, which I don't think was too
Not a
far
lot.
around from this time. I think it might have been, it was either this year or early next year. Might have been maybe after WrestleMania, around that time is when they went to the main roster, and then were treated as jokes. And I feel like, even though this show was designed to make the person that I'm referring to, who we haven't got to yet, look good, I think it just made them look bad instead.
Just think everybody involved came out of it looking a bit
Except for William
stupid.
Regal, he's amazing.
I was waiting for him to get involved, I'll be honest.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because he's a man, such a man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, again, putting the cart
Yeah.
before the horse, which
Yeah.
is a Scotism that seems to thrive in every show, that phrase. But let's jump into the match. Whose corner were you in?
This is so hard. This is so hard. But I did go with the Ascension.
Okay, I'll be Lucha, Lucha, Lucha.
I'll be honest though, that chant is right up my street. It's nice and nice and easy to remember.
But you have to do the hand gestures.
That's
I put
fine.
my phone down to do
You
that.
did.
No one will have known I did that, but
No,
I felt like
I appreciate that.
I fully Meryl Streeped it. I went
You
deep
did.
into character.
You did.
I've got to save myself later for a certain Amore impression. I don't think I've got one, to be
Oh
fair.
my God.
I don't have one lined up, to be
stop
fair, so I don't want
it.
to build it up. You got it over the phone, so that's
Yeah, I
enough.
did.
That's enough. Okay, right, let's begin. So with the challengers making their way down to the ring, we see brief footage of how they arrived at their number one contender status. In a tournament, they defeated Wesley Blake and Buddy Matthews. Thoughts?
Yay.
There it is. Sami Zayn and Adam Rose.
Well, one of them. Yay.
Okay. You weren't a fan of the Rosebuds?
I just don't care. I don't care.
Braun Strowman was a Rosebud, for God's sake.
That's a given. That's an egg.
Yeah, that's fair. Before defeating the Vaudevillains in the final. So the Vaudevillains will become more prominent as we do NXTs not too long from here. So at this point in time, Holly, the Ascension have held the NXT tag titles for close to a year, and this will be their third consecutive NXT Takeover style event that we're seeing them compete. Pretty much always in the opening match, actually. In fact, I
Yes,
think every time it
every
has
time.
been. How do you feel about them at this point? Are you still on board with the whole Ascension experiment? Granted, we know
Yeah.
what happens after, but you're still fully behind them.
Yes, at this point.
Okay, fine.
Give it a half an hour and it wears off, but yeah.
A little bit longer, but I think,
Well,
your
yeah.
point still stands. We hear a repeat of the comments made by Triple H, and those being that he believed the Ascension were the most dominant tag team in the past 10 years in all of professional wrestling. No. Before the bell sounds, the lights in the arena briefly dip, which causes me a little bit of confusion.
Oh.
But my question to you, Holly, did you notice?
What do you think?
Do you know what the best part is?
Yeah.
It happened at the beginning of all but one match, I think.
Did it really?
Yep.
Well, they
And I
dipped.
thought they were trying to tease someone coming, but then we never see
I don't
anything.
feel like I noticed that.
100% happened in at least one
I'm
other
not
match.
doubting you. I'm just, it makes me concerned for me.
Because I thought,
Bear in
what's
mind,
happening?
I watched this on an iPad.
Fair
Not
enough.
Not on the telly, because I've got no telly right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Because it reminds me of, like when they do the Bray Wyatt thing where it goes,
Yeah.
"Jab," and then it cuts away. I
Yeah.
thought they were doing something around that. Not specifically Bray Wyatt, but yeah.
Sorry, there could be a few things that I've missed then, considering that I watched this.
You
on a
might have missed some matches.
Considerably smaller screen.
Fair. Yeah, I was only watching it on my small TV downstairs anyway.
Shush.
We are underway, and starting this off is Sin Cara and Victor. Oh, the fun we had with doing these names audibly. Victor lunges at... by the way, Victor spelt like an old man, not the K.
Like Victor Meldrew.
Yeah, exactly, like
Yeah.
Victor Meldrew. Which
I've
is
just gone Vic, so...
It's a great reference, by the way, for anyone who's not in the UK. Victor Meldrew means precisely nothing to anyone overseas, but
Give it a Google.
I'll tell you what, yeah, look it up.
YouTube.
You're in for something. I wouldn't say a treat. You're in for something. Victor lunges at the feet of... Oh, here we go, the first change. So Sin Cara, and I
Oh,
don't
go
know
on.
what this word actually means, but it kept changing it to Scara. Scara. But it did it almost every time, and I don't know what that is. So apologies if that's rude. I genuinely don't know.
No idea.
Who dives out the way before they eventually lock up with a collar and elbow tie-up. Sin Cara is backed into the buckles and is not offered a clean break as he eats a right hand and knife-edge chop. Big European uppercut lands, but on the following whip, Sin Cara springs off the middle rope and connects with a flying forearm/headbutt. I don't know what he hit.
I don't know what it was, but it looked nice, even though I didn't know what it was, if that makes sense.
I put not entirely sure which, but it hits. Clothesline puts Victor back down, as does the second springboard crossbody. Now we get a springboard moonsault, which connects as Victor returns to his feet, and we get a near fall. Starting off at a pace that Holly's fond of.
I like it fast. Oh no. In wrestling, I like it to start fast.
I think you're probably not a fan of the fast in the context of what you originally said, but I think if it's fast like a jackhammer, then you're probably okay.
Oh no, this is only the first match. I did mean wrestling.
If any potential suitors are listening out there, we have now got it confirmed how Holly likes it.
Stop it.
Who would have thought we'd get that out of a Sin Cara and Kalisto match, eh?
No. Oh my god, it's warm in here.
It is. Take off your clothes, you're fine. Dropkick has Victor in the corner, but he elevates Sin Cara up and over onto the apron. Holly is still recovering. Connor eats a boot, but the distraction... Oh, here we go. But the distraction is enough to allow Victor to send Sin Cara off the apron and down onto the guardrail. Tag to Connor, and the big man retrieves the masked man, only to run him back first into the ring apron, not once, but twice. Back in the ring, and a hook of the leg only gets one, as it sounds like someone is crawling out of my computer screen.
It really did.
I think it's just the heat of it crackling.
The ring was about to start.
Excuse me? Okay, fine.
Oh my god, it's not me.
Oh, I'm not saying anything at this point. Back in the ring. Oh, no. Yeah, back in the ring, and a hook of the leg only gets one. Sat in the champion's corner. What?
Ooh. Go on.
Okay, I'm just going to guess what I meant here. Sat in the champion's corner. A whip sends Sin Cara... No. Corner of a whip. Sin Cara eats a number of stomps whilst the crowd chant, "Rah!" like it's a Ricky Hatton sparring performance.
He's whipped into the opposite corner.
And then stomped into the ground. Yeah, what has that done? But have you ever seen a Ricky Hatton sparring video? Yeah. Rah! 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 And that's just all I think of when the fans are doing it. Tag back to Victor, who makes a cover only to get a count of 2. The typos in this are glorious. He claws away at the mask before dropping a big fist to the forehead for a count of 2. Victor laces the arms, keeping his challenger grounded in the middle of the ring. Sin Cara tries to make it to his feet with the support of the crowd, but is dragged back down to the canvas before he can break free. On the second attempt, he just about manages it until he is dragged down to the canvas with a tug of the head, and I had to type that several different times to make it not sound sexual so you wouldn't bite.
Thank you.
After threatening Kalisto on the apron, Victor lifts Cara up for a rebound powerbomb using the top rope, which admittedly doesn't look great, but finds himself countered with a Hurricane Rana. It's the same thing as you remember when they did it, Miz and Dolph, was it?
Yeah, I think,
And I was like, Yep, and this was every bit as poo. Connor is able to get the tag before Sin Cara manages to move, and he makes a beeline for Kalisto to knock him off the apron. A helpless Cara, who sounds like a girl, reaches out. I didn't want to put Sin Cara because it kept changing it to Scara, so it's Cara now because that's spelt
I
right.
went for Sin.
Sin. Yeah, okay, fine. A helpless Cara reaches out for a tag until he until he's crushed. That was it. Until he's crushed with a corner splash from the big man and has to kick out before the count of 3. So Kalisto's been knocked off the apron. Sin Cara's reaching over, gets crushed. From his back, the masked man lands a couple of well-placed kicks to the head of one half of the champions before looking to crawl back to his corner. Connor grabs onto the waistband of his opponent whilst on his knees. However, a crafty little leg reversal counter results in an enziguri finding its home. Both men are down. He kind of laced his leg around the elbow joint to make him lose his grip and bring him down a bit. Then a kick to the head.
Nice.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Connor drops his body weight across Cara and claws at the mask until he eats 2 elbows and shifts to a front face lock. Using his sheer power, he bulldog runs across the ring, taking Cara with him, but the masked man cleverly flips over his body just as the tag is made and finally makes it to Kalisto. From the apron, the smallest man in the match connects with a rope-assisted kick to the face of a charging Victor before springing to the top rope and connecting with a crossbody. He continues to roll all the way to the corner of the champions where he kicks, arresting Connor in the side of the head. Very nice. He ducks a clothesline before springing to the middle rope and connecting with a corkscrew crossbody on a legal man, and Holly's laughing.
Sorry.
What you got?
Sorry, my autocorrect. So
Okay.
Victor was fine, but obviously it's spelled like yours.
Meldrew, yeah.
But apart from, at one point, it has changed all of them halfway through to Victory.
Love that.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
He can join Saturday and Marengo.
Saturday Marengo indeed. Baseball dropkick knocks Connor off the apron and he looks to counter a powerbomb from Victor into a sunset flip bomb of his own, only to see them land in a bit of a heap. But he still makes the cover for a 2 count, which has to be broken up by Connor. He tries to flip him over and effectively he lands on Kalisto, and I was like, okay, we'll just ignore that and power through. A charging Connor is low bridged by Sin Cara, sending him to the outside where he gets a kick in the face from a horizontal Kalisto. Missile suicide dive connects by Sin Cara, and we are left with Victor and Kalisto in the ring. And I enjoyed the way that Kalisto lifted the middle rope with his feet whilst lying down from his back. That was a nice little aesthetic touch, that. Hurricane Runner finds its home, and now Victor also rolls to the outside. Springboard crossbody, which is becoming a theme of this match, to the outside sees the Ascension catch Kalisto before tossing him wildly overhead onto the ramp, but thankfully he kind of lands on his feet.
Yeah, that does make me nervous though. It gives me like Seth Rollins' knee vibes when they land on their feet like that.
They have to be in sync with how they throw him, because if one goes more than the other, he's then got to really readjust his position as he comes down. However, when they return their attention, they are met by Sin Cara, who connects with another suicide dive, wiping both men out. That looked clean, to be fair.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
Just little compared to these two big guys.
But with that kind of speed...
I mean, look, I'm fine with it, but I was also a little bit like...
I'm fine with it, but... Which
if
means
it was both
I'm
of them
not
at the
fine
same
with it.
time, I'd have been a bit more on board, but I don't know.
It's because they kind of turned around, they were off balance, weren't expecting it.
fair
Let's
point.
go with that.
Sure, yeah, fine.
Back in the ring, Kalisto backflips over a charging Victor from the top rope, landing on his feet, but he eats a running STO a moment later. The Ascension lie in wait as Kalisto slowly looks to regain his footing. Before they can deliver their finish, however, Sin Cara has grabbed the ankle of Connor from the outside and delivers a kick to the side of his head, sending him out of the ring. Victor charges and knocks Cara flying off the apron, but is nearly caught in an O'Connor roll. Selena Del Sol scores, and we get a hook of the leg for the 1, 2, 3. Kalisto and Sin Cara win the NXT Tag Team titles by pinfall. As the new champions celebrate their gold, Renee says that this might be the biggest upset in NXT history. Would you agree, Holly, at least from what you have seen? Sorry.
Yes.
Would you agree, Holly, at least from what you have seen, and ignoring that, what you remember?
Yes.
So, out of the one match you remember, which is this one, this is the biggest
Yes, it's
upset.
such an upset.
Were you surprised?
Yes.
How did you feel about the match?
I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I did enjoy it. And like we've said, usually on paper I shouldn't.
Okay.
Because this is two big boys against two not so big boys. But I don't know.
They're not in the girthy gang, I'll give you that.
No, but part of it did work.
That bit wasn't the bit that upset me.
Ooh,
And
what upset you? Tell me.
okay.
Talk to me
Okay. All right. So,
about this.
Dear Diary. No, for me it's, and this seems harsh, but having the smaller man be the person that you make the hot tag to doesn't always seem right to me. And Kalisto, for as great as he is, and I love watching him wrestle, great wrestler, he's so small that Sin Cara even dwarfs him. So you'd think Kalisto would be the one to take the punishment for that. I'm not saying Kalisto can't win at the end of the match, but you'd think then Sin Cara would be the one to kind of
beating, because it would logically
which he
make
did
more
in the
sense.
last one.
Yes,
I'm pretty
agreed.
sure, until El Hombre Bobby Bollico came in and did his thing. Or maybe I've misremembered that. I tried to get rid of that one from the mental archives, actually, but you were surprised, you thought it was okay. What did you score it?
2.75.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean...
It was an easy starter match,
Yes.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it was an easy watch. I
Yeah.
didn't watch it and go, oh, God.
It was a
this
prawn
is-"
cocktail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you went, is it anything special? No, but you know what it's going to do.
So
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm all right with it.
2.5 stars I
Okay.
gave it. So I thought it was
Okay.
bang in the middle. But I'm also now at the point where I'm thinking I'm a bit done with the Ascension, seeing them have... Because we've seen them have 3 matches. One was against Too Cool, which wasn't really a match.
It was just a fun thing.
The one
wasn't
with Kalisto and our mate, which again wasn't great.
No.
And then this one, which they've lost. I'm like, I would have liked to see them do something different anyway. Not what they actually did, but
it's a shame.
But 2.5, you can't really turn your nose up at that. Before the tag team champions can make their way backstage, waiting at the top of the ramp for them is a very nice looking Renee Young with microphone in hand. Didn't remember putting that. Renee congratulates the new tag team champions and asks them how they feel. Sin Cara shouts that it feels incredible! Don't do the accent, Scott. Having just beaten the longest reigning champions in NXT history. Kalisto now pipes in, informing everyone that from today they're known as the Lucha Dragons. Ooh. And the future starts now. Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. We now head to the commentary table where we see a sober... No, I need to start this again because it's about a bad thing.
It is, yes.
We now head to the commentary table where we see a somber-looking Tom Phillips and a pimp suit-wearing Byron Saxton as the two pay their respects to those that lost their lives and were affected by the tragedies of September the 11th, 2001. The cameras stay on the two for a little bit longer than what is comfortable before heading to a VT package of the NXT champion Adrian Neville. Fair play. At least early on they are not subtitling the man as we see a series of highlights from the Geordie. They didn't highlight him, and I actually understood him. Yeah. And I'm English.
Yeah. No.
Mostly, yeah. Neville is undefeated in 2014, and he calls the shots, requesting that he defend his title against Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, and Sami Zayn in a fatal four-way match.
Yes.
They call him the man that gravity forgot, but he will ensure that everyone remembers that. Cool. Neville reminds us that individually he has beaten all three of these men, fair point. And all he has to do now is beat them at the same time. That's different.
Well, no, you're just beating one of them.
That's like a football team saying, okay, right, well, we beat Man United, we beat Man City, we beat Liverpool. Now just got to beat them all at the same time. No, you're against 33 people. That is not how it works. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not...
Pile them all up on each other and then you win.
Yeah, stack them and pin them,
yeah.
As Roman Reigns did at WrestleMania. We'll get to that. We'll get to that one day, and that will fill me with sadness. And then he can remain at the top of the mountain in NXT. With the VT finished, we see a darkened corridor backstage, Neville bouncing on the spot in preparation for his match later on.
He's warming up for a long time.
Oh yeah, he's probably got the stamina to do it, to be fair. He's got to put his teeth in.
He's already really sweaty by this point.
I'm sweating sitting here, for
me
fuck's
too.
sake.
So
it is
hot.
honestly unreal in here. Glad I'm wearing shorts. I mean, you haven't got that luxury. Anyway, there's always options. But I think he pops his teeth in, pops the mouth guard in.
Oh, yeah.
What else could you do? Wet your hair, grease your hair.
It's just a long time.
I don't know, pinch your nipples. What else you got to do? Put your pants on. Oh, he's already wearing his pants. Yeah. Take them off, put them on again, make sure they're still right.
Sure,
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, see if they're the right colour scheme. I don't know what he does. But Holly, right into match numbers. I say match. We go into the next contest.
Yes.
CJ Parker versus Baron Corbin.
Yay. Finally, he's back.
He's back, and dare I say, better than ever.
This is it, right here.
This is it indeed. It's quite the greatest showman. As CJ Parker makes his way down to the ring, we learned that in the pre-show he demanded that he feature in a match tonight. His opponent, one of Holly's favourites, Baron Corbin. So we're already kind of in the match. I don't think I need to ask you whose side you're on, but I'm going to.
I wonder.
You like a white boy with dreads, though, so... Just saying. He could be vegan.
Oh, stop it. The Lone Wolf himself.
The Lone Wolf, is he wolfy? Yeah.
I don't
know if he's wolfy.
I don't care.
But his hair's there.
He is.
He's allowed to have his sad belly out.
He's all moody and...
Oh, he's seen things. He's got a cage around his heart as a tattoo.
Absolutely.
Oh, he doesn't like people. People have done nothing for him. Fuck society.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a troubled soul.
I'll be honest, this is his best look.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's still got weirdly a bit of kind of puppy fat about him.
Fine.
Which I agree, because when he then loses it and he looks a bit lean in the face and his hair gets stringier, he looks more like a meth head. So this to me is Baron Corbin. He just needs the jacket on, and we're there. We're there. This Baron Corbin, I'm okay with.
Oh.
It's all the rest of them that go down.
Stop it.
No, seriously.
Most of them I do agree with you.
Okay. So Renee prefers... No, she doesn't.
Oh,
well, maybe she does.
What does she prefer?
John Moxley. Renee refers to Parker as a walking Hot Topic shirt. Pretty good.
Okay.
I think that's good. You been to a Hot Topic? I'm sure you've been to a Hot Topic in the States or Canada.
Hot Topic? What's that?
So Hot Topic is like... so it's an apparel shop, and it's kind of trying to be at the edge of like what's hip and happening. Oh God, I just said that like a geriatric.
Hip and happening.
Yeah, I heard it.
Hip hop and happening.
I heard it. Culturally speaking, so they try to be at the head of trends and stuff like that, and it's kind of, and obviously he's doing this world peace. So that must have been the hot button topic at the time. So he's a walking Hot Topic shirt. I actually thought that was good. Okay, that was good. Hot Topic, by the way, I'm fine with. Absolutely fine. In fact, my missus bought half of one of them when we were there. Tom Phillips is quick to inform us that this is Baron Corbin's official NXT debut.
Yay.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, Holly, but I do hear a Baron Corbin chant.
Good.
Yeah.
That's just from me at home.
Yeah, and that I can't believe that. No, because my hand was doing something quite untoward as well. And I don't know quite how I'm going to deal with that information. The match begins. It's amazing. Actually, do you want to take it from here? You got this.
Yep. They have a little lock up. Push off. Big clothesline from Baron. End of days. 1, 2, 3. Match is over.
Correct. Those are pretty much my notes, word for word. Yep.
Well chuffed.
Yeah, I just thought if ever there was one to throw you off the
Yeah,
cuff,
this
this
is
was
it.
it. And it's got your boy in it as well.
Yeah.
So Baron Corbin is your winner by pinfall. I'll admit, Holly, I'm fine with that. This was the time where I actually thought he could go on to be quite good.
Mm-hmm.
And the clothesline he hit him with, I thought took his jaw off.
Nice. It's done nicely.
And Parker, to give him credit,
good.
I was like, oh, you might actually be in trouble here. So yeah, good and well done by him.
Yeah.
Renee says, that is one less carbon footprint to worry about. Okay. What did you score this?
I gave it a 1 out of 5. I can't. Even 1 is high, considering it's 10 seconds long.
Yep.
But I can't give it nothing. And I can't give it any more than that because they didn't do anything. But happy.
I gave it 1 star.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because, like you said, it was very short. And normally this is like half star, quarter of a star territory. But I actually thought it did a good job of going like, oh, shit, he's good. Because we've seen CJ Parker on another NXT show, and he didn't get dismantled there like he did here. So it goes, oh, okay, so this guy is actually worth noting. Fine with that. Yeah. Let's have this be the only match like this on the card.
Oh, I see.
That isn't what actually happened, sadly. But
I see, yeah.
Had they left it at that point, I'd have been fine with it.
Sure.
We now head to a VT package of Tyson Kidd's perspective on the Fatal 4-Way main event. And Holly has eloquently hit the nail on the head.
God, he's so boring.
Tyson gives us a take on each of his opponents in the main event, but is sure to refer to himself as the most dangerous man walking on the planet. Fact. No. Actually, he was describing himself in each of those other instances before dismissively saying, oh yes, the other 3 are also in the match.
This guy's delusional at this point.
Tyson references that the fans chanting at him, Natty's husband, is nothing more than a fact. I guess we're choosing to overlook the point that is because he doesn't have his own identity. Fact. We're shown footage of Natalya getting hurt during one of Tyson's matches, and instead of checking on her, he instead uses the opportunity to secure the win.
Fact.
Real men win. Mm-hmm. Even with no personality. At TakeOver, he is sure to say that his wife will not be involved, and then when that was all said and done, he will walk out the NXT champion. Fact. Fact, the next thing we see from him is his fucking wife. Tyson is preparing backstage with resistance bands alongside his wife, who is giving him words of encouragement. But up next, Holly, is a hair versus hair match.
Yeah.
Great.
I did still think those were a thing.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Sylvester Lefort with Marcus Louis, who I definitely didn't have to look up, versus Enzo Amore with Big Cass.
Yay!
Hair versus hair. You got to be this tall to ride, boys. That's all I'm saying.
Stop it.
That is all I'm saying.
Stop it. That's such a... Oh, that's... No, you can't say that.
Did you hear the denial, though? I didn't hear the denial.
Like him.
Yeah, I
He's
like him.
Nice.
Yeah, I prefer Enzo. But...
Would you?
Wait, if I have to fuck one of them. Wait.
If you were like, not even to do that, but just to physically look at them, appearance-wise.
Enzo's more
Cass is
interesting.
More attractive.
Oh, attractive. I don't know. Did you see Enzo's eyes? They were blue as shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
you like a blue eye?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean
Cass's were falling out his head.
Be nice.
I am. He could kick my ass, but Enzo is more interesting palette-wise to look at.
He's got a great personality. As in, like on a mic, I'd rather listen to
the smack talker Skywalker.
I'd rather listen to Enzo than Cass because I do sort of. I look at Cass and go, "Ooh," and then he opens his mouth and I go, "Ah."
But he can spell it out for you.
That's fine, and it's only 5 letters, so I'm fine.
Which is amazing that they can shorten a word by adding another letter into it. But that's fine. And changing some of them. But no, that's fine. So I'll be honest, when I saw Sylvester Lefort come out, I was so... Exactly. French guy with long hair.
I mean, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, all I knew, Holly, was Enzo never had his head shaved.
Yes.
So
Yes.
And I thought, this feels like a weird Saturday night's main event that's been time displaced. We just saw a squash match. Two very gimmicky tag teams. To me, it just stinks of Saturday night's main event. The wrestling's slightly better, so far-ish. But, I don't know, it felt like it was time displaced for me.
Yeah.
And some of the card later on didn't exactly fill me with hope.
Okay.
We kind of cover, as part of the match, a little bit of the limited backstory that kind of leads us to this.
Oh, yeah.
Is it safe to say I know whose corner you're going to be backing in this one?
Easy.
Okay, fine. Yeah. I'll take Enzo and Big Cass then.
Shush.
Yeah, specify. It's a litigious society.
I don't know what that word means.
Okay, no, that's fine. We'll move on. So as Sylvester Lefort makes his... Oh, no, actually, no. No, we need to give this the time that it deserves. How do you feel about a hair versus hair match in 2014?
I genuinely thought we were long done with these. Long done.
Have we seen one yet?
We haven't. I've seen one in the history
Vince
of
McMahon?
My brain. Yeah, and I'm thinking of Molly Holly.
Oh, yeah, great shout.
Yeah.
That was a fair fucks to her.
Mighty Molly.
Yeah. Mighty Molly, less mighty now after that, sadly. I can't say I was enthused about this, and especially when I saw the participants, because it wasn't even a tag match.
No.
And Enzo, as a solo wrestler, no. Big Cass as a solo wrestler, no. Together, yeah. And I was just thinking, I just know this one isn't going to be for me.
Yeah.
So I'd immediately checked out of it.
Fair.
So as Sylvester Lefort makes his way down to the ring, we see footage of him and his associate shaving the beard of Enzo Amore, before later we see the two New Yorkers get their revenge by pouring waxing cream or shaving cream onto the French poodle Fifi. Poor dog. Before we head to the VT... Why it's so stupid? Before we head to the VT that shows this, we hear Renee say on commentary that it doesn't matter if Sylvester loses this match because he can always transplant the hair from his body onto his head as a replacement.
Okay.
Still happy with your girl here?
Yeah, do you know what? It's fine.
It was a very Jerry the King Lawler line for me, that one.
It was, but what she's saying is no worse than what I'm seeing.
Point taken.
So she's not bringing down the tone of what's happening.
Okay, well, it's hard to bring it down, to be fair, but point taken. After the usual routine, Enzo turns his attention specifically towards his opponent. Couple of things going to happen tonight. 1, he's going to punch him in the mouth. 2, he's getting a haircut. How you doing? But what kind of haircut? Holly, he could give him a comb over. How you doing? Maybe a buzz cut. How you doing? Maybe give him frosted tips. How you doing? And so on, and so on. Turns out Sylvester has exactly 0 options because his head is going into that bucket of hair removal cream. After tonight, both he and his hair will be, well, I think it needs to be spelt out, Holly. SAWFT. Soft. There you go. Won't be soft, it won't be there.
Yeah.
His head might be very soft.
Maybe.
Yeah, supple.
Baldy.
Yeah, I regret saying supple. As the two men begin to prepare for battle, the lights in the arena flicker once again.
I'm watching this on a tiny little screen. Take pity on me.
And now I'm thinking it's intentional. Not Holly's ignorance of it, but I'm thinking, but nothing comes of it, so
It's
probably
maybe
not.
they're forgetting to put like 50p in the meter.
Could
every
be.
time.
Could be. Yeah, fair point. Is it? I said that out loud, went, no. Bonafide stud. Certified G. Bonafide stud. Fair enough. That's a relatively new chant. Yeah. The two men lock up and Sylvester quickly applies a side headlock. Push off and shoulder tackle knocks Enzo to the canvas, and we learn that Baron Corbin is the #1 trend worldwide on Twitter.
Oh, yes.
First and last time for everything.
Oh.
Not even a 1 count off the shoulder tackle, and Sylvester is quick to remind Enzo that if he loses, it will cost him his hair. Thanks for the reminder. Go behind and side headlock by Amore. Sylvester goes to push off, but Enzo retains his grip. Courtesy of a hair pull, Sylvester reverses the position, but is taken down by a drop toe hold, which sees Enzo jump up and down on his back with excited pitter-patter before messing his hair up. Also, how did the crowd never do "That's Amore"?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just I could think of something, but not on the spot. If you gave me like 2 minutes, I'd come up with something for it. Sylvester rushes in, but Enzo counters with a schoolboy. That sounds weird. And gets a near fall. LaForte gets a bit of a consultation before going back on the attack with clubbing blows and forearms. Enzo ducks a pair of clotheslines off a whip before sliding underneath and connecting with a drop kick of his own. With Sylvester sat on the apron, he's pulled to his feet by the hair and hip tossed back into the ring. Enzo attempts the same on the other side of the ring, but finds himself guillotined over the top rope. Sylvester stomps away in the corner before connecting with a body slam as Renee and Byron argue like fucking children on commentary. And I'll be honest, Holly, I'm ready to turn this car around and go home. Like it's a Toys R Us trip when you're a child.
Oh,
Remember that?
not really.
Yeah, you do. Your sister was sick.
Well, yeah, but that was the one time.
Georgia
Not really.
ruining everything is all I heard from that. So
It continues to happen to this day.
Well, I'm not touching that one. I mean, to be fair,
I'm joking,
she ain't
bless her.
listening. She ain't listening.
Oh, she don't care.
No, she doesn't know you
don't
do
care.
this.
No, she doesn't.
No.
She doesn't.
I would love to see her face for that.
She'd probably just go, okay.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not
She
important,
won't
is it? No, we're not important. That's fine. Reverse chin lock. Actually, it happens to be more of a cravat variant.
Oh.
As LaForte looks, I thought you'd be impressed with that. I even did like a.
Oh,
Does that impress you? And realised, obviously not.
No. I'll pretend it does.
Do you like
though.
how I can say that spaghetti in an Italian accent?
Oh, if we're talking about pasta, then yes, but no.
Carbonara.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what the girl likes.
Yes.
By the way, any guys out there who want tips, I've got you covered.
Can we not do this?
No, we're not. Fine.
Don't give tips the whole time.
No, I'm not giving.
People
I'm just
got to work for these things. They got to find these things out for themselves. Otherwise, they're lazy.
learn from my mistakes, gents. Amore begins to elbow. Yep, Amore begins to elbow his way free, but is cut off with the knee to the midsection. However, he lands at a knee of his own when Sylvester ducks too early off a whip. This does little more than anger LaForte, who charges and scores with a splash in the corner. Big kick to the spine echoes around the NXT arena. Big right hand by the Frenchman knocks Amore onto his back as the pace slows significantly. Before pulling Enzo back to his feet, Sylvester shouts, "You are not getting my hair," but finds his right hand blocked and is countered with one from the certified G. And bona fide stud, I might add. A pair of big rights to the midsection, and now Enzo fires up with a series of jabs, including one that misses by approximately 43 feet.
Isn't it bad? He's done so dirty by the camera there. So
Genuinely,
dirty.
I've put 43 feet as a joke there, but if it missed by
It's-
less than 3 foot, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
It was miles off. A wild swing at Louis, who has jumped onto the apron, distracts Enzo, who walks into a big clothesline on his return. Hook of the leg only gets a count of 2. Louis jumps back onto the apron but is pulled back down by Big Cass.
Yay.
In the ring, Sylvester misses with a wild right and is secured in an O'Connor roll that gets the 1, 2, 3, thanks to a handful of tights from Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore is your winner by pinfall. What a shit match. LaForte is backing off as the fans begin to chant, "To the chair, to the..." And I thought they were chanting something in French about his hair, "To the chair." I was like, what? It took me ages to work that out. Sylvester looks to escape but gets levelled with a clothesline outside of the ring by that man again, Big Cass. Get the bucket. I was going to make a really inappropriate joke about insert random woman backstage. Not you, Holly. I know you were looking at me there.
I was about to get well angry.
I wouldn't dare call you a bucket.
Oh,
Cass scoops Sylvester into the air, and that shouldn't be a "oh sweet." That should be a "yeah, absolutely."
well, damn fucking right.
Yeah.
But
Wouldn't know.
I'm being polite.
Cass scoops Sylvester into the air, and they begin walking away towards the barber's chair. However, before they get there, Louis attacks from behind. Instead of escaping, the two men are locked in discussion. Instead of escaping, the two men are locked in discussion on the ramp until Cass and Enzo return to their feet. Seeing the danger, Sylvester jumps down and runs to the back, leaving Louis there to take the punishment instead. The bucket gets poured on his head. He has not quite a pratfall, like a prat dance routine, and then runs off. Holly, your thoughts on this match? Wow, I've been generous.
It made me sad in a sense that this is the first time seeing Enzo and Big Cass in NXT. Yeah.
Not in any show we've
No,
done, but in
like
NXT.
in here, and I was like, I remember watching them in NXT and being like, oh, this is good. This was not.
This was shit.
0.75.
I went 0.5, and I feel looking back now 0.25 because the wrestling was shit.
Oh, it was awful. I feel like my 7.5 is just for Cass standing there, I'll be honest.
Oh, he hit a clothesline
Yeah, fine.
and carried a big meaty man off. So
Yeah, true. But yeah, it was just... This did kind of make me go, oh no, is this... I've still got more to watch now.
do you know what that makes us? A couple of haters.
Shut up.
Wasn't my best one, but it's there. Yeah, really poor. Really poor. Wasn't a fan. Don't want to see that again. Thank you.
No.
We now head to a promotional video package for Tyler Breeze. These tend to please me on the shows.
Yeah.
As we see a number of professional photo shoot looking situations, we hear Tyler Breeze tell us that tonight he is going to do what the entire NXT universe wants him to do, and that is for him to become the most gorgeous NXT champion of all time.
Okay.
And all that was it. I don't know how quite he's got the face.
How he does, I don't know how he does it, because it's over to the side, and then I just don't know.
No, I feel like I'm,
quite
I don't know,
impressive.
smelling the fart or something. It's weird. But it's good. Yeah, he's nailed it. It's very much his blue steel.
Yeah.
The Vanity Show continues as Tyler critiques his three opponents in the main event later tonight. As Tyler Breeze, a Tyler Breeze title win will usher in a new era of gorgeousness.
Okay.
As the VT ends, the cameras head backstage where we see a shirtless Tyler sat in a chair being given a massage as he stares into his phone.
Legend.
Two women approach him with various fur coats, asking which he wants to wear later tonight, but clearly Mr. Breeze is busy as he ushers them away. Back to the commentary position we go as the announced team flex on the reach that the WWE and NXT have globally. A special shout out to Japan, who are tuning in for the first time on J Sports 3. Guess we'll see why that's relevant in a little bit.
Yes.
Before we head into any further action, we see a clip of Mick Foley being tossed off the top of the Hell in a Cell and various other situations where he put himself at physical harm for the love of the business. In short, Holly, this is an advertisement for the Monday Night War series and the latest episode, Have a Nice Day. Back in the ring, JoJo introduces the general manager of NXT, Mr. William Regal. The Blackpool native makes his way to the ring as he adjusts his cuffs before wiping the soles of his shoes on the ring apron because etiquette is all important.
Of course.
Because he is a goddamn gentleman. William Regal. Get a better tune. Mr. Regal says that if you're a competitor in professional wrestling, NXT has very quickly become the place to be. Regal now wants to introduce us to potentially... Not wants us to introduce, that'd be difficult. To introduce potentially the biggest international signing the WWE has ever made.
Ever.
Okay.
Don't ask me the question.
You know that... No, I'm going to ask it now.
I don't know.
Up to this point, name a bigger international star signing that they've made.
Oh, God, I don't bloody know. International.
That's right. Giant Gonzalez. And that fur Sasquatch suit, baby. Where his arse nestles on the top turnbuckle.
That's so good. So good.
I nearly went with the Ugandan giant. I only said Umaga. That's definitely not Kamala. Dear me. Getting my poor stereotypes the wrong way round there. Regal now wants us to... No, why do I keep saying this? On screen, we see footage
you
showing...
really want to introduce this
I
guy,
want to
don't you?
introduce the man that we see in a moment. Where are we? Regal now... No, stop saying that line! On screen...
Regal really wants you to introduce him.
He needs me for this. On screen, we see footage shown of Hulk Hogan welcoming Kenta to the WWE ring. We hear a series of comments from current WWE stars saying how big of an acquisition Kenta is for the company. Sadly, of course, whilst he would feature in NXT, he did not live up to all the promise that he had due to a series of injuries. Back live to the arena, we welcome down Kenta to the ring. I forgot actually, but they introduced the Pride FC drums to his entrance music, so I appreciate that won't mean anything to you, but anyone who watched Pride FC, part of their atmospheric entrance theme was like which you see in his entrance. Really like it. Okay. Although it's also got the I'm Asian kind of noise at the beginning. It's like we don't always have to do the same notes, but they hadn't quite come out of that way. Speaking of the I Am Asian entrance music, Shinsuke Nakamura, does that get a pass? Because it is Asian, but it's different Asian,
really
if that
like
makes
that.
Oh, I love it.
I really like it.
Less so the modified one, but the classic one.
I really like it.
But you can tell it's weird. It's distinctly Asian, but it's not overly hitting you over the head, I'm Asian, if that makes sense. Like, it's not... It'd be like... It's like the British Bulldog coming out to Rule Britannia.
Yeah.
Or... like something coming out to a Monty Python sketch or something like that.
I mean,
just
that'd be great though, actually.
yeah, he's not the Messiah, he's a naughty boy. Yeah, okay, fine. But it's still got a little bit of that about it, and I'm like, I thought we'd moved away from it. But it's fine, it is what it is. Backlife theory. He's come out, Pride entrance theme, excellent. Kenta is welcome to NXT and handed the microphone as the fans chant his name. Kenta thanks Mr. Regal before saying hello to NXT. As he continues to speak in his native tongue, you hear him usher the name of Hideo Itami.
Yes.
Which, of course, is what he would go to compete under in NXT. He goes on to confirm that in honour of one of his heroes in NXT, who he doesn't reference, he will be competing under that name as a mark of respect. And they can't market Kenta because you wouldn't give them the rights, I assume, as part of the discussions, or Vince was still in that you can't be what you were known as. Hello, Sami Zayn. Hello, Kevin Steen. Or Kevin Owens, sorry.
Yeah.
But yes, same point still stands. In fact, CM Punk was one of the very few exceptions under the McMahon era who came in under his independent name.
He's always been
CM Punk in WWE, yep. And outside of it, always CM Punk. Like Seth Rollins wasn't Seth Rollins before he came to WWE. He was Tyler Black.
I feel like I do know that.
Yeah, I think I've told you that before.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I know that.
I'm trying to think of other people who came through look no further than Daniel Bryan.
Well, yeah.
Real name, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Yeah, so if you come from WCW to WWE, that's fine. But if you come from the independents, they're like, no. We're not doing this anymore. You are now this.
That's so strange sometimes, because wouldn't it just be easier to keep it, and then you also keep a following as well?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's because then if you really cement yourself as a name and then leave and you've had that name the whole time, WWE can't say, well, that's because of us. You're building... They feel like you're building a reputation off them.
Okay.
So it's still petty. I don't agree with it. I thought, well, just do right by it, and it doesn't matter. You're this all-consuming beast. Just make it work.
So someone like Punk, how would you... If he's gone independent as that, then WWE is that, then AEW is that, and then back as that, how... Do you just trademark yourself?
I don't know if he basically gives... Yeah, I think he gives them the license. So any contractual stuff, he will give them the rights to use his name and likeness in merchandising and this kind of stuff, but it's his.
It's not their property.
No, they're effectively going to be using it as part of... So that will factor into... I obviously don't know the details of the contracts, but that will be a part of it. Like, why do you think Christian can't go as Christian? It has to be Christian Cage.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because it can't be Christian Edge.
Fine wine, Christian.
Cope. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I just wondered how... Because I obviously know Punk's gone here, there and everywhere, and he's stayed the same.
Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, what could they have done it? Well, Brother Nero, I guess.
Yeah.
That was wank. No, it was. Come on. Let's behave ourselves. Let's put our sensible hats on and come to that understanding.
Go on then.
Yeah, so he's honouring his idol. Now Hideo claims he will be NXT champion, but is rudely cut off by the recently defeated NXT Tag Team Champions, The Ascension. Holly, what do you feel about this?
Not happy, and it makes no sense.
Yeah. So they're not here specifically because of Hideo. They just want to say, well, actually, no, that we want our rematch. So, yeah, they come to the ring. They then just toss Hideo Itami outside, which I thought, that's not a good start.
No.
And they say, exactly, microphone in hand. Yeah, they're in a bad mood. We want a rematch. But before he can finish that thought, Hideo has returned to the ring. He removes his blazer.
He does.
Okay. He does loosen his tie. Doesn't take it off.
He gives himself a peanut, basically.
A peanut. Holy shit.
You like that reference?
Oh,
that school reference.
I hate secondary school peanuts. Yeah. Oh, because you'll be there fucking for ages. And then it will just have that crease in it you can't get rid of. Yep. Anyway, forget the war stories on that. So he does loosen his tie ever so slightly. He means business, Holly. That's basically the point I'm trying to make. Connor then charges at him, but misses a clothesline, and Victor eats a big boot to the jaw. Forearm flurry to Connor, with a roaring variant sending him to the outside. Another big kick for Victor sends both members of the Ascension down into the outside. They briefly return to the apron, but they both drop kick back down. He lands one leg on each of them, putting them off. Hideo armed himself with a chair and sets it in the middle of the ring, sitting on it and beckoning the former champions to return, which they elect not to do. Sorry?
Pointless.
You pussy holes. There's two of you, you're monsters, you're killing everyone. You lose one match, you're like, oh, we're bitches now. No.
This just makes no sense whatsoever.
It served neither people well.
No one came out looking good because of this.
Exactly.
Apart
so
from William Regal.
Yeah, he's fine because he's not doing anything. Yeah. Like, Hideo, it's not even like, oh, you just beat our tag team champions. No. All I'm thinking is, they're shit then, so the people that just won the title are shit. Yeah. So they've somehow got bullets for not even being in the ring.
No, I agree.
Hideo did what he needed to do, but still didn't look great out of it. Who did that serve?
Not us watching.
No, exactly. That served no one in the ring either.
Nope.
Or outside of the ring. Just it wasn't good. Just really wasn't good. Regal raises Hideo's arm in the ring as the fans applaud. We once again revisit the commentary position where the trio talk about WWE's latest acquisition before segueing into the upcoming match between Bull Dempsey and Mojo Rawley. And I swear to God I've forgotten this happened.
I just, obviously, looking at my notes, realised, and I was like, oh yes, this was the other match. Yeah. Yeah, and Holly, I could not be less enthused about the prospect of this one-on-one encounter. I mean, you hate Mojo anyway.
I don't hate him, I just don't respect him.
But I mean, this is someone else.
He offers nothing. Like, fine, if you think he's good looking, I'm not saying you, but if one finds him good looking, okay, I'm not going to argue that. But you go, I don't get hyped, I stay hyped, and then you come out like a kid who's dizzy on lemonade and sherbet, and then get your ass handed to you, and you're 6'6". I'm like, what's happening?
I will say, like, I don't mind him, but I think I don't mind him more, not yet,
with Zack Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But and also I feel like that's because Ryder carries 90% of this. But I do watch this and
can't even carry his own eye.
But I do watch this and I go, yeah, like, Mojo is billed as being this big guy, NFL background,
comes out with energy,
massive guy, and then gets absolutely steamrolled
by someone who has my physique.
This guy is not in the unitard wearing group, I'm afraid. This is no, absolutely not.
I was about to make a very inappropriate joke, but I'll just agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, not for me. Although his hair does meet the sodden criteria, I'll give him that. A series of still images where Bull Dempsey attacks Mojo after a loss to the Vaudevillains.
Sure.
I assume that was in the tag team title tournament where they lost earlier. No one cares.
Yeah.
To be clear, in summary, no one gave a shit. Into the match. Bull Dempsey versus Mojo Rawley. I'm just going to think whose side you were on for this one. Do you want to enlighten us?
I mean, if I'm having to pick a side, obviously it's Mojo.
Oh, you have to pick a side.
Then Mojo.
Okay, that's fine. Bull, 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 bull. My sentiments align exactly with Mr. Dempsey's entrance music. With a head of steam, Mojo sprints down to the ring. He slides in, only to be met by Bull Dempsey, who belly flops on him. Mm-hmm. It's a belly flop.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, and do you know what? That was the best bit.
Yeah.
The bell sounds and this is officially underway. Don't worry, it won't be long, guys. Once more, the lights briefly dip to continue the theme.
How did I not notice this?
I cannot answer that for you, but I don't think I noticed it again after this.
Okay.
So it's only the matches that don't matter. The two men brawl around the ring from corner to corner with Dempsey looking to get the better of it. Corner beatdown continues, but Mojo throws on the brakes on a corner whip and connects with a back elbow on a charging Bull. But by the way, for reference, it didn't like the word bull. Mm-hmm. It kept putting pool.
As in swimming pool?
No, as in
pool.
Yeah.
Oh. Instead of bull?
Yep.
Bizarre.
Yeah, just didn't like bull.
You don't write about animals enough.
I don't know what a scar is.
Or say the word bullshit enough.
I don't think I've ever written flying coochie before either, but it picked that one up.
I love that. That's my ultimate favourite, I think, so far.
Yep. Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
but again, never written that word. I would be willing to bet I've never written that word.
Yeah, no, probably assume.
Said it as a joke, sure, but written it, no.
That's amazing.
Anyway, No, we don't need to reference Hakushi in every show.
No.
That was my fault, that one, to be fair. Double leg takedown by Rawley, and he looks to land a series of left forearms from the mounted position. They don't look good. Now Mojo tackles him into the corner, and it's clear that Mojo has taken a straight shot under the left eye as he looks to be swollen and bleeding.
Yep.
Dempsey is kind of whipped into the buckles, although he looks to throw on the brakes, but Mojo once again tackles him into the corner, keeping him in place. As Rawley looks to build some momentum, he is met with a running brick wall body block that drops him down to the canvas. Again, don't know really what's called. It reminds me of what Vader does, where he just kind of hits you like a wall and you go down, except much worse. Now the big man looks to go to the top rope, which he does, and Bull connects with a diving headbutt. Hook of the leg, and we get the 1, 2, 3. What?
Yep.
I was like, oh. I didn't think the match was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be a squash match.
No. And a squash match on... no.
Mojo's been done dirty on 2 of these shows now, because Rusev came in and he was like, oh, I'm going to defend the USA. You got bitched out.
Yeah.
Now you can't even be a guy in a
Mojo.
unitard.
No.
Called Bull. What did he do after this?
What did he do?
Where's Bull now?
I don't care.
Yeah, being unentertaining there as well, I'd be willing to bet. No offence, just wasn't good. Paul Dempsey is your winner by pinfall. It's not my winner. Paul Dempsey isn't satisfied as he lands a couple of stumps. Yeah, stumps, fuck it, before a couple of hooves, before returning to the top rope and connecting with a second diving headbutt.
Sure.
Holly, what do you think
Yes.
of this match? And what did you score it?
0.25. And do you know why? Because it was quick. I could have done without it.
Bodes
Full
well that
stop.
speed impresses you.
All right, Chandler.
That was what I was called at school.
I could have done without it. Full stop. But if you're gonna do it, just do it quick and be done. Like,
Yeah.
Honestly.
The amount of women I've said that to is unreal. If you've got to do it, get
Just
it
do
over
it
with.
quick. Get
Come
it
on.
over with.
Oh, not this
God.
again. Oh, God.
I'd like to watch a match where Mojo actually wrestles.
I'd like to watch a match that Mojo doesn't feature in.
Hey, look, you had one before and you moaned about that one because it was a hair versus hair match. Ooh, what would you rather? Another hair versus hair match or a wrestling match the same length as the hair versus hair match with Mojo in it?
See, that's interesting. I think I'd have to mutilate my own genitals.
Oh, okay.
I think I'd have to go for that. Just like rip it off,
Just
throw
be
it
done,
away.
Just game over.
Yeah, slightly more entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd still score that higher out of 10 or 5. What did we score this out of? 5?
5.
Yeah, sorry, I've got confused with the show reference.
You do you. If it makes you happy.
Well, there's not much to rip off, to be fair. So it'd be a one and done job, I think.
Fair.
I would rather see literally out of the choice of the two.
Yeah, you have to make a choice.
The Mojo match, because it was a match. Yeah, the other one was a match, but because of the stipulation.
Yeah.
I just immediately didn't care. Whereas this one, I thought I wouldn't care, and then I was proven right. Whereas the one before, I was like, I don't care, and I stayed not caring.
Fair.
So yeah, I think that's probably where I land. I'd rather not see either.
Well, yes,
If that wasn't obvious
if
enough.
that was a choice.
Yes, and sadly it wasn't because we were watching the show. So I got, not only did I get to not pick, I watched both. So yeah. As we're left with a glaring Dempsey staring daggers to the ring, or the food cart, I couldn't tell, we now head backstage where we see Enzo and Big Cass in discussion. Enzo is frustrated, he's not the only one, that although he won the match and got to remove someone's hair, it wasn't the person that the stipulation stated it should be. Enzo says that he will not believe it until he sees it after Cass told him not to worry, they know the hair removal cream works based on the dog. They stop dead in their tracks and look to their right-hand side as a concerned-looking Sylvester Lafont is checking on the man who is now presumably bald, wearing a towel over his head. We don't see his face because it's going to be a secret.
But we all know.
Yes.
So stupid.
We know.
So stupid.
Lafont! Screams Enzo as he and the big man run after the Frenchman. As they run by, Big Cass lands a punch to the midsection of Louis because why not? This poor motherfucker.
You're not going to say his name like the same way.
Oh, Louis?
Thank you. Otherwise, I don't know who it is.
And scoops him. No one knows who he is. That's kind of the point.
Who?
And yeah, who?
Who?
But the thing is, the man's just standing there. He's just been made bald.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the stipulation.
Poor guy.
He's just standing there trying to deal with himself, and Cass comes in like a big 7-foot bitch and punches him from behind. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling sorry for Louis at this
a little
point.
bit.
I mean,
I
Lafont.
feel sorry when he takes that towel off.
I'd still rather look like that than this. Well, maybe I'd sort the rest of it. I'd sort the clumps out. I don't mean Nutty Professor.
Eyebrows?
Take them or leave them. I mean, to be fair, I don't think if I had that physique, I don't think many people are looking at my eyebrows.
Right.
To be fair, because I'm just walking around with a mask on and abs out. That's all I'm doing.
All day, every day.
Literally walking around like it's permanently
out.
COVID, except I've got a
Oh,
mask
I
like a
see.
Kendo Nagasaki. I've got one of those masks on. You can Google that.
Okay.
That is the mask I'm wearing, just with my bits and pieces out. Well, no, sorry, my top bits out. Are you Googling Kendo Nagasaki? Because that's going to be interesting to see how you spell that. I could bring it back. So now we're...
Oh, that's a really weird
But it gives no features away, does it?
That's so
Can I have a look?
weird. I don't like that. That's creepy.
Yeah, but you don't know what's going on underneath, do you?
Creepy. Oh my god, that's like watching a horror film.
Coming to cinemas near
That
you,
is creepy,
Kendo
though.
Nagasaki.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't want that in my search history. That's petrifying.
I know you've got a thing about masks, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Add that one to the list then.
Oh, I really don't like that.
I'll tell you what, I know what I'm role-playing as at the next Progress show.
Absolutely, I'm not going if you can do that.
Well, you might not be anyway,
Yeah, I might
so
not be, so
you've still got to
have
work
at it.
over El Madre.
How about it?
I still don't think you'd like the idea of me doing it whether you're there or not,
No,
to be honest.
no, don't like it.
God, I'm associated with this person. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. So Big Cass punches Louis and scoops him into the air screaming, "Let's show the world the bald head!" No one cares.
The only thing that
No one
impressed me
cares.
here was how easily Cass walked with the guy over his shoulder.
Yeah, because Louis is not a small man.
No, he
And
did it with ease.
big Casio cassette he just slung him straight over the shoulder and he took him off.
Yeah.
Fair place. You haven't mentioned it yet, so I'm assuming you didn't notice this.
What?
Holly, don't know if you spotted who stood in the background there.
No.
Not quite Elias, but it's Elias.
Stop it.
Shortened beard, shorter hair, wearing a suit. He looked
Oh, I
like
don't
LA
know if-
Knight's older, dirtier brother.
I don't know if I'd like him like that.
I think you would.
Do you?
Yeah, he wasn't ugly, put it that way.
I mean, until he shaved his beard off, he never has been ugly.
No, but the beard covers a lot of sins, doesn't it? I'm speaking from a man with experience in this regard. But yeah, when you shave the beard off him, I'm like, I'm dry.
Yeah.
I'm dry. Mine it's an innie now. It's not working
Yeah.
for me.
He was a very good looking man.
Well, he was stood there in the background.
Oh, man.
I thought you would have referenced it if you saw
I
him,
didn't
so you didn't.
see.
Well, you can go. Well, you know,
I
at least
was
you know.
too distracted by Cass, clearly.
Well, at least you know where it is. So if you ever wanted
I
to
mean,
go
I'm
back
not-
and see it,
not-
okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Not what the internet's for.
Could be a long evening. Oh, you don't have it yet, anyway. So.
Well, no, true.
They make their way out to ringside, roll the victim, because I didn't want to say Louis again, into the ring, connects with an inverted atomic drop, because I guess your dick needs a bit of punishment as well, and Enzo begins to have some sort of spasmodic dance routine before... Do you teach that kind of dancing in your place? Okay. Before landing a bolo punch, no, it's not a punch. He grabs the towel, rips it off, and we see Louis in all his bald glory.
Poor guy.
Although I did learn at this point that he was Native American, which I didn't realise. He's part of the Apache tribe because of the tufts of hair that he has. You can take that one, write that one down, keep it, use it.
Bad.
That's good.
That's so bad.
That's good.
Okay.
No? Okay, fine. I thought it was good. So yeah, he's got little tufts of hair coming out of everywhere,
Yeah.
but no eyebrows, so it works well there.
Yeah,
So
sad.
it's something. It's something. I still don't care. That's the
Well, no, I
takeaway
don't
from
either,
this.
I'll be honest.
Enzo grabs the microphone and says that he has a new word to describe Marcus Louis, and he is going to spell it out for us.
Oh.
BAWLD. Bald.
It's so silly.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it.
I know you did. Renee laughs as she twirls her long golden extensions at what she has just seen, and she really can be a heartless temptress.
Oh.
Funny thing is that I'm saying this stuff out loud. Like, so everything you're hearing me say here,
Yeah.
I said in a room by myself out loud so it would transcribe it. That's a sentence I said voluntarily out loud.
Wow.
It's only like when you
Wow.
come beyond the point and you look back and go, did I say anything weird? And you go, yeah, yes I did. Yes I did. Anyway,
You said
so
weirder, I'm sure, at some different points.
yeah, you were probably involved in the conversations, to be fair, for most of them. I know my audience.
I do chat shit, so yeah.
That's fine. Renee, you're in good company. Renee continues by talking about how many top upcoming stars are in NXT now, including Kevin Steen, who she calls Kevin Steen, Prince Devitt, and I'm looking at Holly to see Finn Balor.
Oh.
That was his pre-WWE name.
Was it?
Prince Devitt, or Fergal Devitt, yeah.
Oh, what a great name, Fergal.
It's the most...
freaking love that.
It's a troll's name, and it works.
I love that, because it just reminds me of Fergal Sharkey.
Okay.
Which is one of the best songs ever.
Right over my head. I couldn't even...
I mean,
sing it?
No.
Sing
No,
it. No, it's
I'm
fine.
not
We won't
drunk,
get
so no.
demonetised. Would you sing it if you were drunk?
If we were out somewhere
Yeah,
with a
you
lot
would
of people,
actually, to be
probably,
fair.
yeah, but not
I think
here.
I've heard you sing drunk somewhere, but I can't remember where.
Hideously, yes, probably.
No, I can
It
tell you
doesn't-
weren't trying.
It doesn't go for singing either. It's just noise.
Oh, okay. What, you singing all the
I
song?
can't sing.
I don't know. You probably give it a good go in the shower when you're not falling off ladders,
Yeah, true.
emulating your hero.
Yeah. Oh.
I like the idea of you just doing that. Were you tempted a little bit at the top of the
Absolutely
ladder?
not, because I genuinely thought I was going to die. I'll be
No,
honest.
me neither. I wouldn't have done that either. Definitely would have. Well, I told you about that thing I did. That's Jeff. That's a story for another time. We don't need to scar listeners at this point. Tom, and Kenta, of course, and a host of others. Tom shifts the conversation to the first of the two main events taking place tonight.
Yep.
We head to footage of Charlotte being interviewed post NXT Women's title victory, where she's asked the question who she was most looking forward to facing as champion. The crowd begin chanting Bayley's name, and Charlotte says, "Well, I guess Bayley." Yay!
Don't take much convincing, does she?
No. So 2 marriages would do that, wouldn't it? Was it 2?
3.
3. Oh,
it 3?
mate, that is.
I think it's 3.
She's trying to
isn't
keep pace with her old man.
it? That is what everyone is saying online, yeah.
Genuinely
I do
haven't
feel
seen
a bit
any of
bad
that.
for her, though, in that sense. She can't help it. Like, these things happen.
Yeah.
Says the girl who can barely get a text back, but I'm sure these
Ooh,
things
shots
happen.
fired. I'll tell you what.
What
do you
do
know
you
what's just in general
Oh,
for
not-
mankind?
No, not in recent times.
Oh no, I didn't mean
but
recent times.
Usually.
I'll be honest. I struggle to get a text back from Holly. That's the irony of it. I'm not even trying to get in her pants most of the time. Unbelievable. I'm appealing to people in the room that aren't here. I'm like looking around. No one come
apart
back.
from me, no one's here, but you are. Yeah, I mean, I am bad sometimes at texting back.
But I'm the exception. We'll go with that.
On a dating sense, like, come on.
Put some effort in. Yeah, I mean it's a two-way street, but point
Yeah, of
taken.
course
Point
it is.
taken.
Hey, I put in effort if I'm
Yes.
dating someone.
Yes, I have been told.
Yes.
But, well, by you,
By me.
to be fair. Yeah.
By me.
Oh, I haven't done
Therefore, it means it's true.
okay.
That's
So-
the bottom line.
That's my show, my last word,
Yep.
dickhead.
Yeah.
Okay. We shift to a VT introduction of the challenger.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley has been doing her thing in NXT for just over a year and a half. The music being played in the background is one that is frequently used in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I am a fan.
Oh, good.
We see an interaction backstage where Sasha Banks lays down the law with the hugger, saying that she will be the #1 contender. Obviously, given what is happening on this show, she's a fucking liar. Sasha says it was a fluke and challenges Bayley to put her status of #1 contender on the line in a rematch. Different match, same result.
So baffling.
I'll tell you what, I'm so annoyed. I'm going to pay £99 a month to text her and tell her that. What is that, by the way?
What is that thing?
Are you joking? She signed up to a thing where you can pay $99 a month and you can text her back and forth.
Stop it. She that hard up for cash?
She's hard up for something. She's deprived of
Jesus.
attention. Or I don't know. That's mad.
99 quid a month.
I know you can get a different
Oh
phone
my God,
and
I'd
have...
be useless at that. I'd have to refund people. for not
Tell me
texting
about
them
it.
back.
Just send her a picture of you wiggling toes or something. But I get it. You'd have like a burner phone effectively for this.
Yeah.
It's not like you're getting...
Like your work phone.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's probably not even her.
Oh, no, it has to be. For that price, it has to be.
You'd hope so, but who's buying this?
Because there was a joke, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Charlotte, actually, or Becky. I think it might have been Becky Lynch. She said, now Bayley has to pay $99 to text her best mate. Like, it was referenced recently, and I thought that was quite good.
That's bizarre that
I didn't know that was a
someone
thing.
would do that.
Is that
So
like an
weirdly-
OnlyFans type
I was going to
thing?
say, weirdly, OnlyFans to me makes more sense than that.
Yeah.
Because also, surely with the texting thing, you know there's these people out there that think weird things and think that
Yeah.
someone's in love with them
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
whatever, and it's not. this is just going to encourage this.
But I'll be honest, like if I'm like on OnlyFans, to be clear, I genuinely have never been on there.
No.
But if I'm on there, give me panties, not your number. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
Just, I'm not in the market for a phone number.
That's really baffled me. Thank you for letting me know that was a thing.
To be clear, don't send me panties, anyone. Because I know mainly Jamie is listening to this, and he'll send me a lovely...
Are you sure?
He'll well, he might not be listening.
He's listening to this.
All right. What's going on?
No, I don't mean...
I don't even think
They're
he's
shots
listening.
at him, not us.
Fine, I'll take that. But yeah, he'd send me a lovely warning number, I'm sure, which I don't need.
Delightful.
I don't need, to be honest.
I didn't know that was a thing. Wow, future career prospects are looking up.
No, you've ruled yourself out.
Yeah, I know. Feet pics, fine.
Yeah, no, you're good on the
Maybe.
feet pics. Yeah, no, I think you're fine on that.
To be fair, I just give them away for free on Instagram.
I know. I don't even get to be like the sample market to go, yeah, that's a good one. I think artistically we could do this, but it's always on the sofa, give them a wiggle, what's on telly, bosh.
Absolutely.
It's fine. That's fine.
Okay. I'm here for
Hey, there's a market there for it.
So
No one's
I've
asking.
heard.
No one's asking for my trotters. Put it that way, except for Jamie. But okay, right. So same result.
Yeah.
An emotional Bailey says she loves pro wrestling just as much now as she did at day one, and wants to be the best for a long, long time. It's quite sweet, actually. Oh, women don't like women. Go on, Holly.
No, women
Go
like
on, dig
women.
in, dig in.
It's just-
Oh, she's not a woman. Is that where you're going?
No, this gimmick doesn't do anything for me.
But that was
and
legitimate
I know
tears.
it's her, and I know it's her, and I know she genuinely just loves it. Don't care.
Wow.
It's also I just don't. Bailey for me has never ever interested
Floated
me.
your boat.
Just doesn't interest me.
Okay, so in a tense encounter, we see Charlotte slap the taste out of her future opponent's mouth and then mock her with what I must say is quite horse-like teeth.
I do have a little comment here that says Charlotte needs new veneers because they don't fit in her mouth.
No, quite. Oh my god, I just saw them again. They are ridiculous. It's like Ryland fucked Mr. Ed. Look up Mr. Ed.
I know it's a horse. Thank you.
Charlotte tells Bailey, because they're big teeth.
Yes, thank you. I was thinking more like the episode of Friends where Ross whitens his teeth and then they put a black light on.
Yes. Yes. I've forgotten that was the thing.
She's got so much fake tan on too that they also just look ridiculous.
But it's just the size of them. They look ridiculous.
Big gnashers.
Yeah, big gnashers. Well, she was going for big everything back then, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Charlotte tells Bailey to stick to hugs before she destroys her.
Okay.
Bailey's goody two-shoes routine is a little bit awkward here, if I'm honest, but it's more than made up for by the entrance gear and the music. Co-main event of the evening, or the first of two main events, depending on who you want to believe. Charlotte versus Bailey for the NXT Women's title. A few things, Holly, for you.
Oh, okay.
Firstly, we get, this is the first time I think we're getting the classic Bailey theme on the podcast.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Considering I don't care about her as a character, the entrance music, you can't be mad at it. You can't.
Even now, I've got it in my head, and I won't sing it. I want to sing it, but I won't sing it.
Okay.
Because mainly, it's the ick.
Yeah,
I think it's proper icky. I would do the full routine if I could, but I don't have any wacky, wavy, inflatable, tubed arm men, whatever the fuck they're called.
Shame.
Not on me, anyway. But yes, it's that time. We've got a Charlotte match, which you're always a fan of, even early day Charlotte.
Yes, I am.
With her, Nashers and all that.
Yeah.
Does the fact Charlotte's in it counterbalance the fact that Bailey's in it for you?
Yeah, I mean, it made me interested.
It's a
Still,
start.
because it's her.
Yep.
If you're giving me this, I hope it's not controversial, but if you're giving me Bailey and Sasha Banks, for example, don't care. Really don't care.
Their matches were better.
It just for me personally, don't care.
Okay.
Charlotte, yeah, all right. I saw obviously who it was, and I was like, okay, we'll see.
Okay. More importantly, I'm not going to ask whose corner you're in, because we know it's
Obviously,
Charlotte. More importantly, how much of a prawn is Bailey? Discuss.
I genuinely just love the fact that you use that terminology now.
Well, you taught it to me. I've got to.
I did.
That and Dick Guillotine.
Yes.
Sesame Street punches.
I give some things to the podcast.
You absolutely do, especially
Not
when
a
The
lot.
Rock's on. You're all over that.
It's the only guy I know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. again, I don't know. So you'd have to answer that because she's not. Funnily enough, she's not my type.
Okay, if I'm being, I'll remain gentlemanly while I discuss the aesthetics of
You
a
can do in
female.
ye oldie medieval English.
Yes, with my wenches, what I like a buxom wench, and
Okay.
Bailey has buxom on front and back. Yeah, she's bringing Daddy Dumpster. So, and that's what we like. I nearly lost my phone there. I got too excited. But yeah, no, she's like, her physique's really
She's got
good.
a great figure.
It's attractive to me. That's
Yeah.
I don't like the really skinny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. Fucking hell.
Women?
Stop objectifying women. Any of them, to be fair. I wouldn't like skinny blokes if I was into that.
Okay.
Because I think I'll just end up hurting them. Like,
Fine. Yeah. She's got a great physique.
But the face is a little bit manly. It's a little bit masculine, and for some that's fine. Okay. I'm no oil painting. But
you're entitled to your own opinion.
That
if
would
you
be
If you wouldn't, then
no, I think she's a
you
lovely
still
girl.
would,
I think
but-
she'd be like one of your mates. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think she'd be a friend zone?
Yeah, I think she would, and then you'd get drunk, and then you'd fucking rip it apart,
Like
and then you'd
Rollins.
go whoops, like after the fact, and go
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't. Should we go back to being friends? And she's like, oh,
Yeah,
you
'cause I'm
haven't
sure
called
that's what
me.
happened with her and
Seth.
Rollins, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they were friendsing hard, and then he
Friends
went.
with benefits.
Then he went, hey, I like boobs and butt. Let's see where this goes. And then it didn't go. And then he went the complete opposite way and went for someone who had. So he went with Becky in the end. And he's like, hey, I don't like female registered voices. Let's get.
Oh, that's so. Hey now.
No, Becky's a good looking girl, to be fair.
Don't.
But the
go on
voice,
the voice.
you could look like anything, and you come out with your cat butthole Irish accent. For me, I'm like, no. And again, all these people that I'm describing, you can hate me, that's fine. I'm aware they're all better looking than me, but not the voice. No, it's just
That's what you. Hey,
Becky's
you're entitled to
voice.
your own opinion of what you do and don't like.
And it's my show, so it's right. That's what you said.
No, what I specifically said was you
Yeah.
could have the last word. Dick.
I like that. I like having that position of power and authority. But yeah, no, she's. I think genuinely think she's a lovely girl, and I didn't get emotional when I saw her choking up, but I was like, oh, that's actually quite nice. What would you say? It warmed the cockles of your cold heart or something
did
like
it?
that. A little bit.
Really warm your cold little heart.
Warm my cockles.
Mine remained ice cold as ever.
Ice cold cockles. That sounds like a drink.
Ice cold heart we'll go with.
Cockles.
And not cockles is.
No, it's cockles of your. Anyway, fine.
Sure.
All right. Be like that. It's fine. Yeah, but her goody two shoes act at this point, it's not where it needs to be. She hasn't found the balance right yet. So it's. I'll tell you what it's like. Do you remember when we watched Evolve and the cheerleader girl, whose name eludes me? Mm-hmm. She actually had a better balance, I think, than Bailey did here. So I think you've learnt by past mistakes, but this just doesn't quite land right. And I'm surprised that it picks up with the crowd like it did. So I wonder if we take her entrance music, and her gear's probably irrelevant, relatively speaking. Yeah. If you take away that entrance music, do you think people care at this point? I don't know. No, is the answer, and we will never know because it's a hypothetical,
done, isn't it? But yeah, I personally would say no.
Because I think that character. Don't get me wrong, Bailey's had some great matches. Yes. I will say she's had some great matches. This isn't one of them. Spoiler alert for what I thought about the two main events. But yeah, for me, it wasn't quite hitting. But I heard the entrance music. I was happy.
Fine.
Going into the match, I do not care how uncool it is. I love this entrance. I always will. You don't have to agree with me, but you can also fuck off. That's not for you specifically.
Wow. Such venom.
Yeah, quite. Wow. Now you're thinking about Tom Hardy. Renee says that getting a headband handed to you from Bailey is like getting Bret Hart sunglasses, and that is the biggest load of fucking shit I have heard on this show so far, and that's saying something.
I know which I'd rather be given.
I think I'd... No. What I was about to say was going to be ridiculous, but I'd definitely rather get the sunglasses from Bret Hart.
Absolutely.
And I would rather get nothing from Bailey, to be honest. I'll take a hug. Do you know what? I'll take a hug over the cheeky copper feel, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Keep it above the waist, though. We're gentlemen around here. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, she's not going to be handing a 35-year-old man a fucking headband. Well, maybe she will.
Though.
Yeah, you'd have to lean into it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you just have to go all in with it, yeah.
The thing that you do. Oh, you did the ick face.
Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah.
You literally. Oh, it's
I
not
do.
okay for.
Not like a. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has a clue what we're talking about, but yes, I do.
There's a lot of
In
gesticulation.
like a comedic, I know I look like a bellend way, then I will do that.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, if I already know I look like a bellend, I will just do it to emphasise the point.
But can I say when I've noticed you do it? Well, this probably makes sense because it will tie in with what you said. But I think it's when you've said something overly nice,
Yeah,
and
but I
you
don't like
realise, oh, I wish I hadn't said that,
Yeah.
and then so you'll go and
Look
do
like a
that
bellend,
face.
yeah.
And the thing we're talking about is what Alexa Bliss does, where she puts the
I
points of her
see.
fingers together, puts her chin on it, and
Yeah.
tilt
Tilt the head to the
tilt
side.
the head to the side, shit-eating grin, all that good stuff. Okay, I think there's a match.
I think.
There's a match somewhere in here. So Renee's finished spouting shit. Speaking of entrances, Charlotte has much improved since the last time we saw her, to give her credit, because the entrance is faster. It hasn't got the over-the-shoulder wink. I know you want me.
hated that, didn't you?
Oh, it's just get on with it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But yeah, no, this was good. This was very good. The introductions are made, and the fans begin to chant, Bailey's gonna hug you. Bailey. Do you know what? Fine with it.
Oh, just
Fine with it.
boring.
Charlotte mockingly encourages them as though a conductor in an orchestra, but stops as the bell sounds and we get underway. The champion almost immediately runs into the official, which makes me happy. Like, she straight on nearly ploughs into him. And I was thinking, Earl Hebner's on the scene somewhere. He's excited. He is watching.
He's trained them.
I haven't had enough Earl Hebner recently. I feel like since
that guy.
we had Insurrection, and I feel like I've had like a spell without him now, and I don't like it.
Oh.
So hopefully, we won't. What's the next one we're doing? Oh, yeah, no. Oh, we might actually. I don't think we are. Sorry, did I go a little bit top of the morning there to you? It was the Becky Lynch in me coming out, except I went far too many octaves high. Yep, so Charlotte extends her hand, and as Bailey questions it, the champion screams, "This is what you wanted." Was it? Did she say I wanted a handshake?
I don't know.
I don't think she did. Instead of handshake, though, Bailey charges Charlotte into the corner buckles and lands a series of shoulder blocks before repeatedly smashing her face off the top turnbuckle. She walks away, but when she returns, she is met with a knee to the face and a big knife-edge chop. In fact, make it two. Bailey is whipped to the ropes, but connects with a crossbody that earns her an early 2 count. The challenger lands a chop to the back of a seated champion and scores with a running elbow in the same position before finishing off with a jumping elbow drop that also gets a 2 count. Charlotte whips Bailey into the buckles but catches a pair of boots, preventing the impact as she marches in but cannot avoid the back elbow. Backslide is attempted, but Charlotte counters beautifully with a neckbreaker. Knee drop to the side of the face finds its mark, as the second and third also do. Hook of the leg gets a near fall for the champion. Charlotte drags her by the hair and drapes her over the middle rope before planting the knee in the back of the neck to deliver a choke. What is that word?
Go on.
I couldn't even tell you what this is. Let me read the sentence. Hold on.
Do it word for word.
Well, one of them's not a word, which is
That's
a problem. A few Yuli attempt at Bailey, who shoves back at the champion but is returned to the middle of the ring where a head scissors is applied. A few capital Y, L-E.
I don't know, because my next note is about figure 4, so I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, no, what? A few? Oh, that's the first one that's completely stumped me. I have no idea what I meant
We'll
there.
never know.
Okay. We'll have to move on. I'm sure it was really good. Akin to what we would see a little over a decade later from Stephanie Vakir, Charlotte begins ramming Bailey face first into the canvas using her hips to thrust. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm okay with it. Again, credit to Charlotte. It looks like the grip she has with the leg triangle is tight.
Like a toiga.
Tweet like a toiga indeed. The fans show their support for Bailey as she struggles around the ring and comes close on occasions to getting a 3 count by shifting position. Drop kick from Charlotte to a kneeling Bailey sends her to the apron. The champion stands on the side of the challenger's face before being instructed to break the hold by the official. Not really a hold. Also, by the way, breaking the hold, guess what that changes to?
Oh, think about a hole.
Breaking the hole. Very different, that.
Uh-oh.
Very different. And I'll be honest, I'm now conditioned to read it correctly.
Breaking the hole.
Yeah, to reading, breaking the hole. Yeah, she tried to break the hole, and she succeeded, I think. Backed into the corner, Bayley eats a series of kicks to the midsection. Now I'm thinking about holes. She fires off a kick of her own, but is quickly knocked back down to the floor and choked with the shin of Charlotte. That's a tongue twister from that position. Another knee to the side of the head scores. The two women exchange chops, but the second from Charlotte looks high, like it looks like she almost chops her in the face, and drops Bayley hard to the canvas. But I like that. Like, no, you're not going to out-chop me. Sit down. Charlotte returns to the head triangle and flips over, slamming Bayley back first into the canvas on multiple occasions.
I really like that.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
I liked it because I hoped that meant it would be finished.
What kind of ending would that be? That'd be Bull Dempsey-esque.
I don't care. It'd be
Bull,
finished.
bull. Whilst in the hole, Charlotte delivers a number of forearms to the top of the head. As Bayley struggles looking for an escape, the champion grabs the legs to secure a pin, but is quickly reversed, earning her a close 2 count. Back body drop is reversed into a sunset flip, but Charlotte rolls through and looks to apply the figure 4, only to find herself countered into a small package pin that earns a near fall. Drop kick from the champion lands, and she continues to thwart every comeback attempt made by Bayley.
Ooh,
which would have been great if it actually put that, but it put to wart.
I like that. That's good.
Thwart, yeah.
Thwart.
It's obviously, I'm not saying it with enough emphasis on the...
It's like, is it Tweety Bird?
I thought I tore a puddy cat. Brilliant. So now I've got a complex. Charlotte stands on the side of Bayley's head once again and slows the pace down to a crawl.
Does it make you nervous?
You make me nervous.
Good.
Yeah, keep me on my toes. Body slam attempt is countered into an O'Connor roll that earns Bayley another near fall. I think Holly's got it from here in the notes.
Nope.
Bayley pounds the mat and in frustration, and when she returns to her feet, she is met with a knee to the midsection. Charlotte pins the shoulders to the canvas with her hands, but this only gets 2. Arrogant shove from the champion, but Bayley fires back with a forearm, only to be knocked right back down with one from Charlotte. Bayley fires up and unloads with a series of rapid-fire forearms that back Charlotte into the corner. Running shoulder tackle finds its home, and Bayley reverses... No? What? No, I'm just going to read this verbatim. Running shoulder tackle finds its home, and Bayley reverse somersaults. Oh, somersaults! Reverse somersaults, so she rolls back away.
Please tell me it spelt it summer salts.
No, it did some assaults.
Oh, I see. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, well, that baffled me. Into a leaping back elbow that finds no water in the pool. At the second attempt of asking, Charlotte catches the boots of Bayley, a little bit awkward, and swings them around to be draped over the middle rope, before driving her face first into the canvas with a knee drop. That didn't look pretty.
I didn't.
Pretty ugly. That's not me having a dig at either of the women.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a joke about the tag team.
Pretty Deadly?
Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, pretty ugly. Yeah, it works. It works. Hook of the leg gets 2 count. Woo! From the champion, before she climbs to the top turnbuckle where she is cut off and dragged back down to the canvas. Series of varied strikes from Bayley, and she elevates Charlotte to be sat on the top rope. Slap across the face, and a lovely Super Hurricane Runner connects. Big fan of that. Yeah. Probably the move of the match. Both women are down, and the fans begin to chant NXT, NXT. Do you think this...
No, I don't ever think.
Fair. Do you reckon, there you see how I changed it, that when they chant NXT in a women's match, in this era, it's because the expectations are so low for women's wrestling and what the WWE is presenting?
I haven't really thought about it.
Because realistically, Paige has only just gone up to the main roster and is Divas champion.
Yeah.
And we had the AJ Lee, something that she's fine. But then before that, it was, let's be fair, I know she's your girl. She got better. Nikki Bella, Alicia Fox, all trading this crap.
Yeah.
So the expectation for women's wrestling in general was quite low. So because this match has been fine.
Yeah.
But it's not, this is awesome type stuff.
Oh, I see. You're saying they're just chanting that to chant something.
No, I think it's because they're...
this is good. It's like...
No, I think they are genuinely impressed by it, but only because they've been catered to dross up to this point. And again, not to take anything away from the women, because they've genuinely had fantastic matches.
When their time has also allowed them as
Exactly.
well. Yeah.
I just think, because I was watching this going, am I wrong? Because I wasn't going like, oh yeah, this is actually really good. Like for me, the Natalya-Charlotte match was way better than this.
I see what you're implying. Yeah, maybe.
Because I was thinking, I'm not blown
Maybe.
away, but I'm maybe conditioned more to now the better stuff
Because we've seen
over
more.
a period of years.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, actually, probably.
Because I thought that was a bit generous. I mean, it's nice for them to hear it, but I thought,
I mean, it'd be
it's
awkward
not.
if it was dead silent, wouldn't it?
I mean, we've seen it.
Yeah, we have.
Okay,
But yeah, fair.
fair enough. I just wanted your opinion on it. Very slowly, Bailey crawls to make the cover as the fans now cry, "This is awesome." That's where I started to doubt it. 1, 2, no. Bailey looks to score with a Bailey to belly. Shit finishing move. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But Charlotte reverses. It's better than the way Ken Shamrock hit it, though, I'll say that. But Charlotte
Hey, you leave
reverses.
Tiny Pants alone.
Hey, Tiny Pants could fucking kick the shit out of me on his deathbed. But I'm just saying, that belly to belly, he could do better. That isn't good.
Yeah.
Bailey looks to score the belly, yeah. But Charlotte reverses it into a modified SOS pinfall that earns a near fall. So the SOS is that move that Kofi Kingston used to do, where he'd lace his leg around someone, then he would front flip and they'd land on their back and he'd be pinning them.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's like an SOS pinfall, because it's not the
I see what you're
impact,
saying.
but it's that kind of setup to get there.
Yeah.
Duck under, definitely not what this says, by Bailey into a go behind, but the position is reversed and Charlotte beautifully counters with a roll up that sends Bailey headfirst into the bottom turnbuckles. It looked uncontrolled but safe at the same time.
Yeah.
And I like that.
It didn't make me go, my
Yeah.
neck.
It's like, oh, has the condom ripped? We don't know.
Oh
We're
my
just living in
God.
the moment. Do you know what I
Wow,
mean?
okay.
Yeah, we don't use them. It's fine.
Okay. Right. Okay.
It's all right. I was
Thanks for
preaching to the
letting me know.
converted.
Thanks.
But like, there was a little bit of there's a moment where, like, she goes for the right, and you can see Bailey is about concerned
Yes.
where she's going to
Giving a
land.
little look back.
She does, but it still doesn't necessarily take away from it because she's still committed even though she went. So I thought that was good. So maybe that was actually my moment of the match, to be fair.
Ooh.
Charlotte drags Bailey into the middle of the ring before ascending to the top rope, and this time connecting with a moonsault, which almost sees the champion over-rotate.
It looked off, didn't it, to me? She lands
Camera
on
did
her
her
shins.
dirty.
She lands on her shins.
She did, and her forearm, so it doesn't look like there's any impact. I think she over-rotated, then like kind of planted.
Yeah, it did look a bit. I mean, it's great.
It's a moonsault.
God, I couldn't do it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it did look not her best.
Hook of the leg, and we get the 1, 2, no. Champion and challenger on all fours, face to face, with their glaring at one another. They're trying to make it, this is intense, and I wasn't feeling it. However, before Bailey can make it to her feet, Charlotte scores with a natural selection. The 1, the 2, the 3. Charlotte retains the NXT Women's Championship by pinfall. Not quite done, though.
No.
As Charlotte celebrates with her title raised in the air on the entry ramp, from behind her appears Sasha Banks, who is applauding. Sasha walks past the champion and makes her way into the ring, removing her sunglasses and necklace. She stands over the defeated Bailey, taunting her with mock cries. Charlotte is watching the action unfold on the big screen as Sasha begins laying in right hands to Bailey. The champion returns to the ring and grabs Sasha by the hair, dragging her away and throwing her down to the canvas with force, which I actually thought was like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. As the future boss slides out of the ring and makes her way up the aisle, Charlotte once again raises her title into the air to remind them both who the champion is. Holly, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was a bit disappointing.
Correct. Got any more?
I think it's annoying because these matches, when it's like we already talked about, it's someone I like, but it's someone I don't care about. And it's also the balance of, even the people I like aren't always great. There's more often than not. Sometimes they're not, but...
Does the inverse work? Do people you don't care about, are they ever great?
I think there must be times when that's true.
Okay. I was just interested. I guess we'll find out, because we know who's on your not great list.
Yes.
So.
But this... I gave it a 2, because out of everything I'd already seen, there was far more content than everything else put together. But it just didn't hit for me. Like, I wasn't that bothered by it.
For me, it was the best match we'd seen so far, but not by as much as I thought it would be. I think I've been built up by the fact that I saw Charlotte and Natalya have that really good match.
Really good, yeah.
At the last NXT, and I was like, well, Charlotte's in it, and I know Bailey can wrestle.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, maybe I was overamping it in my head, but I just never got into the gears that I wanted it to. The big moments didn't feel massive to me. I went higher than 2. I went to make it actually to stick with the theme of me saying I thought it was the best match. I went 2.75.
Okay.
And interestingly, after I looked at the match reviews of what Dave Meltzer gave it, That was the exact score he'd given it as well, 2.75. So not that he's the barometer, but I felt like, okay, I feel like I was justified then in not thinking it was as good as what I expected it to be. Wasn't bad by any stretch, but just didn't hit the notes I thought it would.
Yeah, agree.
With the women's title match in the books, we return to the commentary position where they discuss how talented the announcer JoJo is. Okay.
Fulfilling time, I think, at this point.
Before segueing to the main event of the evening. Yes. Tom Phillips now sends us to a VT promo package of what many believe to be the favourite for tonight's match, Sami Zayn. Mm-hmm. The video package has an emotive theme and depicts Sami's struggles at NXT TakeOver events. We see the likes of Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins discuss how incredible Sami Zayn is as an in-ring competitor. The promo package picks up in pace as we see a selection of some of the most incredible moves in the repertoire of the challenger, and he claims that he wants there to be no doubts when he wins the NXT title. He wants to be the best man in the ring. He wants to beat the best man in the ring, and that just happens to be Adrian Neville. Sami says he will get it. He will get the NXT title. It's just a matter of when. We now go backstage where we see Sami preparing himself for the main event, and Holly, I would love to know what music he's listening to through the headphones.
Ooh, what do you think it was?
The Pretenders.
500. I would walk 500 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair, all right.
Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah,
Just
that makes
bopping
sense,
along.
yeah.
Or what's the one from White Chicks? Making my way downtown. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, just something Terry Crews doing that. Like, what's the name of that song? Anyway, yeah, it could be that.
1,000 miles.
Thank you.
There it is.
What do you think he's listening to?
Oh,
I don't think it's like
Rocky,
anything.
the Rocky.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I'm okay with that as well. Please don't copyright me. I don't think it's good enough to be copyrighted, I'll be honest.
Modest.
Yeah. All right. Bloody hell.
We're getting into danger territory now.
Oh, you hungry?
We're getting there.
Oh, shit.
We're getting there.
She might literally start eating something in this room. Oh, no. Oh, she's going to call me names. Anyway, right, okay, we'll wrap this up. We're not too far away, though. We're nearly there.
We're all good.
We now go to footage from SummerSlam of Brock Lesnar destroying John Cena and winning the WWE World title. The package now, that's it. Just that.
Yeah, I did get that.
Because the package now changes in tone to John Cena's redemption story and his rematch at Night of Champions against the Beast. That's it.
Yeah.
Back in the NXT arena, we get breaking news. And that being that Hideo Itami will be in in-ring action next week. Contain your excitement, Holly.
I'm so excited.
But now, Holly,
yes,
it's main event time.
Oh.
Adrian Neville versus Tyler Breeze versus Tyson... Sorry, versus Sami Zayn for the NXT title.
Yes.
Thoughts?
This should be great if there was 3 people in it, but this should be great considering 3 of the 4 people in it I like.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh God, is it about wrestling?
Yes.
Damn.
I can ask you something else if you want to do
no,
a maths
wrestling's
quiz
fine.
or something.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you're worried what I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Fatal 4-Way. Obviously, it's the name of the show. It's the main event.
Yes.
We know generally you tend to struggle in terms of ADHD with multi-man matches like
I knew
this.
it was coming. Yeah.
Despite liking the majority of people in the ring and punching the
sorry.
shit out of the microphone, that's fine.
Itchy schnoz.
Do you think, ultimately what I'm asking is, do you think that, given the people in this match, were you more optimistic about how it would look, or were you more concerned about the fact it was 4 people in the ring at the same time? Which outweighed? Were there more pros or cons with it?
Cons.
Okay.
In a sense that 3 of the 4 people in it, I actually, even Neville, like as long as he's not talking, I quite like watching him. It's the watching and having to take some form of notation when they're all doing something that I struggle with, because it's matches like these that take me an age, even though my notes are so not extensive compared to yours. I'm still trying to pay attention to this is happening over there, but hang on, there's a stupid camera angle which means we can see all 4 people at the same time. What's going on over there? And that's when I start to my little brain does start to struggle a little bit.
I've now stumbled upon a rule where unless something big happens and we can see them all at the same time, I tend to just say they're brawling.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because otherwise I can't go into that level of detail when, especially, I mean, we'll get into it in a second, but the match starts, 2 of them go to one side of the ring,
Chaotic,
outside, 2 of them go to the other side, and they flip between the 2.
Yes.
And I'm thinking the WrestleMania street fight, which had Ahmed Johnson, the Legion of Doom, and the Nation of Domination. I'm like, fire extinguisher, table, shit going through.
Who's bringing the bacon tray?
100% dustbin lid. Someone's getting noose round their neck at one point and getting lynched.
God, I forgot about that.
But yeah, so I was I had trepidations about this.
Yeah, it did make me a little bit nervous.
Yes. But in theory, if I'm just watching it, I look at this and go, okay, yeah, oh, Tyson Kidd. Oh, okay, yeah, no, fine.
Should be good, yeah.
Okay, so let's get stuck in.
Let's.
Whose corner were you in?
Sami Zayn, all day long.
Fine. I wasn't sure if you might say Tyler Breeze, you know?
I do like him, but if you're having him and Sami Zayn, there's no.
So it goes Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, Adrian Neville, Natty's husband.
Yes.
And Natty's husband can't go low enough.
No.
Fine. Okay, cool. I'd also be on Sami Zayn, but we know this is a general rule.
Of course.
Including when he goes up against Johnny fucking Knoxville. As the competitors...
I can't wait to watch that.
Oh, I can. Oh, we'll be waiting a while, don't worry. We're about 20-something WrestleManias away from it. As the competitors make their way to the ring for the night's main event, Tom Phillips informs us that this is the first Fatal 4-Way in NXT history. Ooh. No? Okay, fine.
Yeah, no.
All right. Out first is Prince Pretty in an outfit that he's wearing on the action figure currently resting on my shelf. Mm-hmm. The exact outfit, I'm pretty sure. Next down to the ring is high energy Sami Zayn, and I don't think I'll ever dislike this entrance theme.
I'd agree.
It's a winner.
Yep.
It's just a winner. They nearly changed it when he went heel.
Who do you prefer in entrance music wise? His or Bailey's?
Sami Zayn's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good to know.
I might prefer Shinsuke Nakamura's to both, but they've changed that.
Okay.
But anyway, Sami Zayn is definitely the one. Although I still want Bailey to come back out to it once.
I'm sure she will.
She has to. Like, if we get Doctor of Thugonomics at one WrestleMania, your ears smiled. That was such a good smile. Your ears went up with it as well.
Not the master.
I'll give you master in a minute. Oh, no. Actually, that sounds far more sexually threatening than I intended. Although this is still very much in the time period where the crowd would routinely chant, ole, 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 which I like, to be fair. The penultimate man to come out is... Penultimate?
No. This is ridiculous.
Oh, I've definitely got the comment that you have.
Okay.
The penultimate man to come out is none other than Natty's husband. Tyson Kidd comes to the ring wearing his Beats headphones and having his hood up like a yob on a London bus.
Ooh.
What's it plugged into, mate? I just like the idea he's got his cable. I mean, because the Bluetooth ain't reaching that far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
And he had the cable, didn't he?
I didn't pay that much attention because, let's be honest, even the camera didn't care.
No.
We don't even get his full entrance.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
I can't even... When I just think of him, I can't even think of his entrance theme, which is really bad. But I know it's like really annoying, generic stuff. And it's a similar... There's something about it that makes me think Dolph Ziggler because of the singing. Okay. But it's just...
Yeah, I've no idea.
Oh, shut up. It's shit. It's your shit.
We know how I feel about him, right? Very dull. Don't care.
Yep.
I'm intrigued and also concerned about when he's with someone I do really like.
Cesaro.
And how that's going to affect how I feel about Cesaro.
I think you might not be paying attention to Natty's husband in that one.
I do like me some Cesaro.
You'll be looking at some saucer plate nipples, I'll tell you that for free.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, old pepperoni
nips,
tits. Yeah. I wish I looked like that. That's unbelievable. Although I'd like bigger eyes. Because he's a bit...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll see it now. It's pin eyes.
Yeah, great, thanks.
Yeah, pin eyes.
Ruin someone else for me, great.
Who else did I ruin for you?
Oh, I don't know. But
Randy Orton was not me.
Your wife tried to ruin Randy Orton.
Good lass. Well, let's word that differently, shall we, please?
Good for her.
What? See me after school. So the penultimate man comes out. He's wearing some shit. London bus. Jippo. As Tyson makes his way to the ring, we see footage from Monday Night Raw where it was a tag team encounter between the four men from NXT. The fact that they chose this entrance to do the cutaway says a lot.
Well done. Good choice.
Last but not least comes the defending champion, and I have to say that his pyro and entrance is pretty decent.
Yes.
Bonus points should be awarded to Tyler Breeze, who throughout the entrances of his opponents remained reclined across the top ropes. Even when he's introduced, he remains in place. Breeze is gorgeous. Fine.
Yeah.
The bell sounds and our main event is underway. All four men slowly approach one another looking to lock up, but no one engages. As they once again look to tentatively lock up, Tyler and Tyson unload with kicks on the two faces in the match. Forearms. I know that I put forearms here. Full rhymes is what it's got here. Not close. Get better. In the corner for both Sammy and Adrian, who now fight back and reverse the positions. Breeze dump tackles Zayn on the canvas and they continue their brawl, rolling to the outside. On the opposite side of the ring, Neville and Kidd also head to the floor. Big uppercut sends Tyson reeling into the guardrail, but he returns one of his own to the champion. All four men continue to exchange blows on the outside, having paired off early. Neville bounces Tyson's face off the ring apron before returning to the ring just as Zayn also enters from the opposite side. The two men stare at one another, but before they can engage, they're both tackled to the canvas by Breeze and Kidd, respectively. All four men head back to the outside to continue their individual brawls. Tyson is unloading punishment on Neville as Tyler looks to do the same to Zayn. Zayn has managed to get his hands on Tyler's phone, and as he's recording a video, he smashes it into the face of Prince Pretty before giving the camera a big thumbs up from the apron. Zayn, that was a new one. He didn't give the thumbs up from the apron. Next sentence. From the apron, Zayn connects with a double axe handle on Breeze. To break this up, Tyson runs around to the other side of the ring to strike Sammy from behind and roll him into the ring. And I hate to break it to you, Holly, we get no Sesame Street punches in this show.
Yeah, and
no drinks.
No drink spots.
No, we don't.
Livid.
We also don't get any sleeper holds, though.
That's fine.
You take your bumps and your bruises.
And you...
I do. Kidd looks to connect with a clothesline, but is caught and brought to the canvas with a reverse Uranagi that is transitioned into a Koji clutch, and I would love to have seen how you describe that. In fact, how did you describe that?
No.
No?
No. Just a clutch. Clutch bag.
Clutch
Clutch by Zayn.
Clutch by Zayn. Fine.
It sounds like a eau de toilette.
It does. Clutch by Zayn.
By Zayn.
Clutch.
Cooch.
Flying her coochie. Kidd looks to connect with a clothesline, but is caught and brought to the canvas. Yeah, we've done that. With nowhere to go, Tyson is only rescued by interference from Breeze, who breaks it up. Neville drags Prince Pretty out of the ring and scores with a knife-edge chop, sending him up onto the entryway. As he looks to follow, Kidd blindsides him with a choke block. Now all four men are at the top of the ramp. Kick by Tyson puts Sammy on his backside before he and Tyler hit a double-team suplex on Neville. You shaking your head
It's not really a full kick, though, is it? It's like a...
push.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's just, I'll be honest, I think anything he does just subpar.
Yeah, fine.
Just because I don't like him.
Yeah, no, it picks up on that. You're probably celebrating when Samoa Joe drops him in his head.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I wouldn't go that far. Not with a... No.
Well articulated.
No, it's a neck thing. I'd never do that if it's a neck thing.
No, true. Fair enough. Suplex on Neville. Big right hand from Zayn connects, staggering Tyson down the ramp. But now Prince Pretty is on the scene and he looks to score the suplex on the fan favourite, but it's blocked. Unfortunately for Zayn, Kidd is back on the scene as well, and the heels connect with a double team suplex on the steel ramp. That one looks more brutal and sounds better. Mm-hmm. It looks like we have some sort of alliance forming between Tyson and Tyler as they look to continue double teaming their fellow challenger. Naughty. With Breeze holding Zayn in place, Tyson connects with a stiff kick to the gut. They take it in turns, delivering strikes to the downed Sammy before tossing him shoulder first into Adrian Neville, who is looking to climb onto the ring apron. Kidd chokes Zayn over the middle rope with his knee before Tyler drops the knees to the side of the face. Using all of his body weight, Tyler stands on the side of Sammy's head. Natty's better.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, put her in the match. I'm then slightly more intrigued.
Oh, yeah.
Stomped to the midsection by Kidd, and Tyler once again knocks Adrian off the apron to keep him out of the equation. As Prince Pretty looks to direct traffic, he is caught unawares with a right hand from Sammy. The fight back is short-lived, however, as Tyson unloads with a series of right hands. Double team whip and back elbow put Zayn onto the canvas, allowing Breeze to make the cover. This is where the alliance appears to fall down, Holly, as Kidd yanks Tyler away by the face to break up the pin. Breeze goes to challenge Tyson before deciding he's not interested, nor are we, but Kidd isn't done and turns him around to connect with a spinning back kick, sending him rolling to the outside. Neckbreaker by Tyson on Zayn leads to a near fall. And Holly,
yes.
I'm going to ask you a question here. Why, when he goes to apply the neckbreaker, when he twists him around, does he go, yeah? Why does he do that?
So loud.
Yeah. I aimed away from the microphone purposefully there. But why does he make that noise?
I don't. Why does he do anything?
That's fine. I would apologise, but we had to watch it. Neville once again looks to return to the ring, but is kicked off by the Canadian, which is a very stupid sentence when 3 of the fuckers are Canadian in the ring. Another pin attempt by Tyson doesn't get the job done, so he slaps on the reverse chin lock. Sammy fights his way to his feet and breaks the hold with a chin breaker. Big clothesline by Tyson returns him to a position of dominance, and as Neville does make it to the ring, he is quickly thrown back to the floor through the white ropes.
Oh.
Through the
Wide?
No, I don't know. Through the ropes.
Oh, I wonder what that was.
No idea.
Oh.
White ropes. Through the white. I must have said top and middle, but anyway, it doesn't matter, but that doesn't make sense. Snapmare leads to a stiff kick to the back, and Sammy once again is forced to kick out of a pin. Kid returns to a choke with the knee before unloading more punishment to the grounded fan favourite. With Zayn draped over the middle rope, he's caught with an elbow to the face before Tyson takes flight from the top rope, connecting with a leg drop, resulting in Sammy landing hard on his neck. Hook of the leg gets a near fall, but nothing more. Zayn is hung in the Tree of Woe, or as this often puts, the Tree of Woo, and eats a number of knees to the midsection. Neville's run of bad luck continues as Tyson charges and knocks him off the apron again.
This poor guy.
Yep. He's having an easy night at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah.
From the apron, he scores with a running penalty kick that levels the Geordie and sounds great. Back in the ring, a running basement drop kick sees Zayn headplant out of the turnbuckles. Good neck strength there. Hook of the leg, and we get the 1, 2, no. Big right hand in the corner, but Sammy fires back with a stiff slap, and the two men begin trading palm strikes until a flurry from Kid puts Zayn on his backside and prone to a number of knees to the face. Snapmare takedown leads to another reverse chin lock. The fans begin chanting for Neville, who finally makes it into the ring, and although he lands a couple of kicks on Tyson, he has once again unceremoniously thrown out of the ring.
Out of everyone, so far, I'd want his job.
Yeah. I just like the idea of him coming in going, "Why, man?" and then getting thrown straight out time and time again. I think that's great. Sammy is whipped into the buckles, but connects with a back elbow on the charge, leading to Tyson staggering blindly into a running forearm from the champion, who is now back in. Yay! Another forearm puts him back down, and he is sent sailing on a back body drop off a whip. As Neville returns to his feet, Tyler knocks him down with a running elbow, but he himself is put down with a clothesline from Zayn. Another clothesline connects, and as Breeze pushes Sammy into the air, he hits a drop kick that sends him to the outside. I like that. Yeah. He does that with a few people. Zayn is fired up, and he looks to charge and take flight at Kid and Breeze, but before he can do so, Neville springs off the top rope and connects with a beautiful soaring moonsault down to the floor, wiping them out. My God, he got height.
Yes. Stunning.
Brilliant. Now it looks like it could be time for a collision that everyone wants to see as Adrian and Sammy stare down one another. Neville enters the ring and ducks a wild swing, connecting with a back kick to the gut. Another back kick puts the challenger down, allowing Neville to connect with a running drop kick. With Zayn backed into the corner, Neville looks to connect with a handspring back elbow, but Sammy looks to catch him and nearly drops him on his head. I think he was supposed to catch him and do a blue thunder bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Because from that position you can hit it.
Missed, didn't
yes.
it?
I just think he went a bit too high and down, and Sammy didn't have enough to pull him back. Thinking on his feet, he quickly secures a cover that earns him a 2 count and has to be broken up by Kid. That makes sense. You think, I've nearly dropped someone on the head, I'm going to cover them. Zayn is tossed to the outside, and Kid elevates Neville to the top ropes, where he looks to secure a superplex. Neville fights back and knocks Tyson down just in time for him to elevate a charging Sammy into a cruise missile that knocks Neville all the way down to the floor. Breeze is momentarily back in the ring before being thrown to the outside by Tyson, now it's his turn, who returns his attention to Zayn and connects with a swinging fisherman's neckbreaker. 1, 2... No, you're about to mock me for how I said that, aren't you?
Swinging.
Yeah.
It's few and far between, so I've got to take them where I can get them.
Leave the jokes there, gentlemen. 1, 2, no. Leg trip by the Canadian, stupid comment, and he looks to secure a sharpshooter but is pushed away. However, as Sammy looks to... What?
Come on.
I don't know what I've aimed for there, but I know what I'm angling for overall. Looks to score, that's it. Looks to score with a monkey flip, not looks to school.
Ooh.
Kid holds on to the legs and once again looks to apply the sharpshooter. Once more, Kid is pushed off and ends up on the apron, but he connects with a rope-assisted kick to the face. Springboard elbow drop is blocked with raised knees, and now Sammy is lining up a haluva kick. As he begins his march, Breeze comes out of nowhere and connects with a beauty shot, which was very nice.
Yes.
Good camera angle does us favours on that.
Very.
Super kick scores on Tyson, and Neville is drop kicked out of the air as he flies from the top rope. Now we're getting exciting now. Jackknife pin on Neville gets 2, as does the following cover on Kid. Tantrum time by Prince Pretty, who cannot believe he has not earned the win. A brief pause as all men look to recover. Tyler lifts Neville so he's sat on the top turnbuckle and joins him up top. Now Kid also joins him up there, but before they can connect with a double team superplex, Zayn rushes in to complete the Tower of Doom. Sammy collapses into a pin, which I really liked, on Kid, but it's not enough for 3. That was 3. That was 3. Renee, have you ever seen that before? Yes, but it's still cool. This is wrestling. Zayn blocks 2 right hand attempts. It's not This Is Progress, you're fine. Attempts from Tyson.
Stop, I know these chants do annoy me.
And lands a pair of his own instead. More right hands follow, and boots in the corner cause Kid to wilt as Zayn salutes Stone Cold after walking that mud hole dry. Did you catch that? Yeah. He does the proper salute and everything. He seized his opportunity and looks to score with a haluva kick on Neville in the opposite corner, but runs into a boot instead. Now it's Neville's turn to seize the moment as he ascends the ropes. Boot to the face, though, puts Kid down, and Neville scores with a shooting star press to Zayn and also lands the knees on the back of Kid's head, hitting both at the same time, which I didn't appreciate the first time until I saw the replay. Before he can make the cover, however, Prince Pretty throws him to the outside again and hooks the leg on Sammy for the 1, 2, no. People, I think, expected that maybe to be the end there.
Yeah.
Another tantrum by Tyler, who is in disbelief. NXT, NXT. That one fine.
Yeah.
Breeze lines up another beauty shot, but Zayn is pushed out of harm's way by Kid, who catches the legs of Prince Pretty and locks in the sharpshooter. Tyson had apparently called out that the weak link in this match was Breeze and prevents him from reaching the bottom rope by dragging him back to the middle of the ring. Tyler raises his hand to tap, but is prevented from doing so by a diving Neville. Point of contention here, if one hand is blocked, just tap the other one, or say, I give up.
Do you know what? When I was watching that, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's the other hand.
That's so true.
Just do that.
That's so true.
Yep.
I quite like the idea though of
oh no,
how
it's
they
fine.
did
But then when you think about it, you go
logically, yeah, fair.
Yeah. Zayn breaks the hold thanks to a clubbing blow to the back of Kid's head. Exchange of big blows between Neville and Zayn in the middle of the ring. A charging Neville is elevated high into the air and down to the outside by Sammy, who then catches Tyson and throws him into the buckles with an exploder suplex. Zayn signals for Kid to get to his feet and he charges, but instead dives between the ropes, connecting with Neville on the floor, very good, and sending him over the guardrail into the crowd. Sammy runs around the ring and dives between the bottom and middle ropes to connect with the Tornado DDT on Prince Pretty before he returns to the ring.
Big fan.
Yep. Haluva kick connects on Tyson and we get a cover for the 1, 2, no. Neville pulls the referee out of the ring.
Boo.
This is awesome.
No, it wasn't. That's annoying.
The two faces have a stare down before Zayn heads to the outside where he's greeted with a super kick that folds him in half. Neville quickly sprints to the top rope and connects with a red arrow on Tyson. He hooks the leg, and as Sammy does all he can to try and break it up, he gets the 1, 2, 3. Adrian Neville retains the NXT title by pinfall. We have now watched 3 NXT TakeOver shows as part of this podcast, Holly, and we have yet to see Sami Zayn get his hand raised once.
I know, it's upsetting.
Neville celebrates with his title at the top of the ramp as the smoke billows towards the ceiling, whilst a crestfallen Zayn looks on from the ring and the show comes to a close. Holly, what did you think of the main event?
I, from a just watching point of view, would have enjoyed it obviously more because, like I said to you at the beginning, I do struggle with watching this, watching that. In person, it's fine. Like when we go to ProWrestling and there's multiple people in the ring at once, that's fine. Because I don't really have to pay too much attention. But in this format, especially when it's someone's in, someone's out, someone's in, someone's out. Yeah, and it just gets a bit... I get it, because everyone needs their time.
Yep.
But it's also a bit like... Have it as a 3-way as well. Like I know you can't because of what it is, but it just gives me nothing. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Because content-wise, I thought it was impressive.
Yep.
I do think Sami Zayn and Neville are earning 90% of that score just between the two of them.
Breeze did well. That little flurry he had was good.
It was, but then it's done. It's just a bit like, okay. I thought it was good, but I don't think it pulled me up high enough compared to everything else I'd seen. I think I was already quite low.
Fair. I gave this 4.
Okay.
I thought it was good. It built better.
Yeah.
I think if Tyson Kidd hadn't been there, I would have gone actually a bit higher than that. Not a great deal higher, but I think I would have gone a little bit higher. He didn't really butter my crumpets, as I said earlier. And again, that was one of the matches I remember specifically going, I wonder what Dave thought out of interest.
Oh, okay.
4.5 he gave it. He was a big fan of this match, which I think was a bit generous, but fine.
I mean, each to their own.
Better than 2.5. I'd have been curious if that was the result he came to. I've seen better. I think the Cesaro-Sammy match was better from the other takeover. That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think I don't know what I scored it, but I think the Natalya-Charlotte match I either gave equal to or slightly higher than, which I enjoyed more, I think. But given the fact that I actively did not like and care for one of the people in the match, still good.
Yeah.
Still good. And the last 2 matches massively saved this show for me.
Yeah. Which, I'll be honest, for me, was a bit like, oh.
I think there will be NXT takeovers that don't hit quite as we want.
Of course there will.
But not as many as you think, and I just think, unfortunately, this is one of them.
Yeah.
And if let's say, because I don't know for sure, because I can't recall them off the top of my head, this is the worst one we see. Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is not bad at all.
You can take it.
In the grand scheme of things, then,
Yeah.
where would you put this show as a whole?
Overall, this sits very mid-card for me. Gets bang on 5 out of 10. I didn't hate it. There were some good bits in it for me. But it went, it was just under 2 hours.
Yep.
Fine. If it was longer than 2 hours, I definitely think we would be looking at a 3.5.
Yeah. So for me, 5 is what I land on ultimately, because as I was going over, I said I was going to do this with kind of fresh eyes. The lows were so low. They're not Sokoa. They were not the worst we've ever seen.
No.
There's definitely some worse stuff we've seen Saturday night's main event. But the highs were better than what we see on that show to drag it up. So if I took that out of it, I'm probably around a 4.
Yeah.
But if we didn't have the lows, I'm probably at a 6.5. So,
but then if it wasn't the lows, would it just be a 2-match show?
No, but as in if we had matches that weren't dross.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
so replace
if
that
they were
with
just normal.
average matches, probably go 6.5.
Yeah, I agree.
Certainly not the worst we've seen by any stretch. It's the worst takeover we've seen. I'll say that.
For sure.
I think so. So hopefully it kind of improves. But like I said, that being said, it's still not a bad show.
No.
But Holly, it's the time that everyone is waiting for.
Oh, good Lord.
Fuck the review. Tell us who wore it best. How many contenders have we got?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. I will throw out a few names.
Sure.
Tyler Breeze.
Yes.
Kalisto and Sin Cara, who you will have lumped in as one.
Correct.
The Ascension you might have lumped in as one.
I haven't put them in this time.
Fine. Who else is on the show? Don't say Mojo Rawley. I'll be upset. Enzo Amore. Yep, he's styling out. Byron Saxton's pimp suit.
Oh, God, no. He's never going to make it on the list.
Renee.
No.
I don't know then. Who are the rest?
So, yeah. Kalisto and Sin Cara. The blue, very nice. And the fact that they're also just a tiny little bit different. Like, one of them had the armbands on, the other had the arm sleeves.
Armbands, to be clear, not going swimming.
No, like, you know, like the APA armbands that I'm talking about.
Yes.
Like the little ones. Baron Corbin.
Fine. I'll give... Do you know what? Absolutely, you can have that.
Yeah. This look is just everything. Enzo, he's just brilliant. It's so good. The red trousers, trainers, leopard print shaved head. It's just hilarious. It's so good. And on character for him. I like it. Do you know what? I did put Bailey in here, mainly for her entrance, that like gear, because she's also got like the I don't know what you call it, like streamers, I suppose.
Like in Ode to Savage.
So I had.
You know, that's where she got that from.
Yeah, I had to give a little mention.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, it's a basic gear, but I really like the black and pink look on her. It looked really nice.
I can't remember
really
what she was
nice.
wearing. I remember roughly how it
black.
looked, but the colour I don't remember.
Yeah, it was black, but it was piped in like pink.
Okay.
It was really nice. And Tyler Breeze, obviously.
Okay, so if I putting this down, my preference
Yes.
would be I'd be stuck between Enzo and Tyler.
Okay.
My instinct says that you went Baron Corbin, but I don't think you would have done. Oh, you might have done. Oh. I'll say Tyler Breeze.
Enzo,
nice.
Yeah, he. I can't. It's
Everything
just
about his
great.
look that was mad worked.
It does, and it would look ridiculous on anyone else.
And he was in good shape then.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he like let himself go, but he became, shall we say, softer. Soft. Yeah. Unintentional. That genuinely.
Yeah, but yeah, he gets it. He gets it this time.
I bet
So
he does.
he's in the tabla of.
He is. So
outfit
Enzo
winners.
Amore has made it onto the pantheon of the
is
greats.
Amore.
That is Amore. When he's made it. No, I'm not going to try and shoehorn.
No.
We've left it.
No.
So, Holly, what are your takeaway thoughts from this show in general?
That I hope the next one's better.
Next one is in the next recording, or
No,
the next
NXT.
Okay, next NXT. We've
Yes.
already picked out the next show. It's not NXT.
No.
We're going back
But
into
when
the
we-
archives.
Yeah, when we get there,
Yeah.
I just hope it gives me a little bit more something.
And apologies for this going out slightly late on the.
sorry.
No, it's fine. I couldn't do it either. I
I
couldn't do
know.
it either.
The
But-
next one is fully my fault, so I would take the blame for
and
that
that's
one.
fine because a certain co-host is having a
Yeah.
birthday.
I am.
It's a big one as well.
No, it's
I don't
not.
want to ruin it, but she's turning 21.
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not believable, but yeah, fine. Okay.
they don't know what we look
I'll
like.
take
Oh,
that.
actually, they do because of the picture.
What picture?
You know the picture. Don't be coy. Go on. No, the
Picture?
animated picture. The one I've got of us from the event with you with beer, because obviously, yeah, we were outside.
Does that matter?
No, because we literally
Outside,
had a beer with
inside?
this. It's all good. But yeah, we've
Yeah.
picked out the next show. We're going back into the archives a little bit. To give you guys a hint, it was from the YouTube archives rather than on Netflix. So maybe that will give you guys some idea, something to chew over.
It's going to be old.
It is old, but I don't think not to big it up because I
Yeah.
haven't seen. I can tell you now, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen this show from start to finish.
Okay,
I've
cool.
seen definitely one match. I think I've seen the main event from this show,
Okay.
and I think I don't want to go into it too much,
No,
but I
no.
think it will be okay.
Okay. Hey, I go into it with a clean slate every time.
We do, and I respect that, and I
Thank you.
appreciate that because I really did think that was going to be a struggle. Unless it's NWA, then it's a struggle. And the annoying thing is the
Yes.
Clash of Champions. So we did the first one. The second one isn't available on YouTube, and they've got 3, 4, and 5. And I don't want to do 3 without having done 2.
That's such a shame. So let's just not do any.
Yeah. Or alternatively, my show, I will find 2 if I have to.
Yay.
But no, it's what the people want.
not.
They love hearing us in pain. It's fine. But I've enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I do
all
like
things
so.
considered. Took my mind off the stresses of the day, shall we say.
And it's only Monday.
It is only Monday, but we got this in the books and this will get uploaded later today. So hopefully you guys and girls have all enjoyed this as well. And until next time, take care.
Until next time, this has been a Win Twice Wrestling production. Peace out.